is uw kick-off?
Ja, 16, ja, 40 nu.
Nu pas bij mij 40.
Ja, bij mij ook zoiets hoor. Volgens mij zitten wij bijna...
35, 34,
Ik ga nu die goal zien van Arsenal.
2, 1, 0,
Oh,
29,
laat maar geen goal van Arsenal.
27, 26,
20,
25,
25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20.
20. Oké, ja, je zit.
Dat is goed. Dat is goed, dat is perfect.
Move into that role last season, and the best
Typical,
part is he is
bro.
still
What the
capable.
fuck?
The North American MVP
Ja,
is
waarom
going
ben
to
ik aan
continue
het
to make
streamen?
teams look absolutely silly on the defensive side of things, while Arsenal is going to just get the ball into some dangerous scoring positions because he has such phenomenal ball control and can always get the ball through defenders and into scoreable positions for players like Sypical. So by AXB improving his defense and his shot finishing capability, you're going to see Space Station Gaming turn into this true three-headed monster. You're going to have Arsenal and Sypical being unleashed on the offensive side. You can trust AXB in the backfield and to come in and finish a shot as needed.
Oké, dat is wel heel
Basically,
weinig.
Space Station Gaming is going to easily end up anywhere in the top 4. So today they play against Ghost. It's going to be the match of the day, and I hope that it continues to go well for them. And this has been your Get It moment presented by CDW. So what do you guys at the desk think?
Ja, ik heb mijn gelijk gewoon van Rocket League op het maximum 3.
We had Space Station at number 2, or a lot of people have them at number 2.
They
They used to be a running joke, the 95% team, but they couldn't finish shots. Number 1 shooting at the World Championship, number 2 shooting in all of North America. When they shoot well, they are a deadly team.
Yeah, and at the World Championship, AXB, he impressed me so much. You know, I have at times questioned AXB and his ability on that team compared to his teammates Arsenal and Sypical. But at the World Championship, he answered all the questions for me. I thought he played so well and was such a vital part to their success in the World Championship. So I expect them to do big things if they can keep that going.
Well, let's break down the match then. We're talking about Space Station keeping their match of the day, of course, is Ghost versus Space Station Gaming. How is this going to go? I mean, like, again, Space Station's the only team in this matchup out of 2 teams that is coming in with the same roster, right? You know, with Ghost pulling missed on here and losing memory, there's some adjustments have to be made. They've had time in the off season. Is it enough time to pull up against Space Station Gaming that's now got that, you know, LAN experience? They have so much coming into this.
I mean, I think it's possible. For me, for Ghost, it's all about damage control and how you deal with Arsenal going in for those demos and getting that boost, trying to disrupt everything. And it's so much, it's so much harder to annoy and disrupt Mist, who's so solid and sturdy on defense. And even whenever you lower his opportunities, Mist will find a way to find the back of the net, even if he only has 2 or 3 shots a game.
And so far, Ghost has answered those questions back on Wednesday for the Astro tournament, where every RLCS team was in it. Well, they won the entire thing. So they answered the questions at least in a minor tournament. But now with the RLCS here, more nerves on the line. We'll see if they can back it up.
But again, the nerves.
The pros have them at 5th.
The nerves.
Space Station number 2. So
ik zou echt kapot bang zijn eigenlijk.
But I mean, you just have to give them that respect, right? And Ghost is coming in with a roster change, so automatically people don't rank that as high, I would say. But for me, it comes down to, can Mist help Ghost with their boost control and boost management problem? You look at some games last season, they just struggle to maintain that control, and Arsenal's a guy who's going to just destroy you if you give them that space. So I think for Ghost to play well in this matchup, they really need to make sure Mist in the backfield is keeping Arsenal at bay, getting those boosts, and helping keep his team upfield.
Well, we can speculate all we want, but I got someone on the line that actually is an expert on the matter, so why don't we give a listen? He's the foundation, the rock of Pittsburgh Knights, but now he's moved on over to Ghost. Joining me on the line, it's Mist. How you doing, man?
Je hebt echt zo'n lelijke neus.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
I just want to talk about that journey. You know, you've moved over to Ghost now. That's your team. That's who you'll be fighting for in season 9. Can you just talk to me about the journey of moving around? You know, I heard it was a bit of a journey trying to figure out where you'd end up landing. Can you just walk us through that?
Yeah. First, I got approached by a team like right after like the Worlds, and my team wasn't like the most accepting of it, I guess. So that kind of left me in a weird place already. And Ghost had a spot open, but they were like going between me and First Killer, so I was just kind of like out and like no man's land, kind of just like hoping to land on our team, but I guess it worked out.
Hey, it's a solid team to land on. Can you just talk to me about the driving force for yourself then? You know, what was motivating you to find something? Obviously, there's more you wanted to add to your Rocket League game. What was it that made you want to look around and find a new team to work with?
I really felt like I was just like the
Dat is
main
misschien
like
slechte
third man on
comics.
PK, and I really want to like
Ja,
get
ik
on
denk
offense
dat.
more and show what I can do like on both sides, I guess.
So now, what are the biggest things, you know, coming into the season? You know,
dat
you
mooie
guys
snor.
playing extremely well. You've got a good
Heerlijk
track
toch?
record yourself. Now, what are the biggest things you've learned that you're looking to carry over and get better at coming
Ze
into
waren
season
aan
9?
het kiezen tussen Mist en First Kill.
Definitely
dat
like,
weet
the
ik.
speed of doing
Mist
things like
is
last
volledig
season, like
tweede
he's really
keus.
fast like everything in RLCS. So
Maar toch
that's what
is
I'm getting
First
carried over.
Killer
Now, on that, you
gekikt.
guys pushed the meta. Like, you guys were making teams like G2 and Cloud9 shaking their boots, trying to
Yeah,
catch up
my
and adjust to how you guys
God.
are playing. Do you think that meta is going to stay the same in Season 9? Or have teams adjusted?
First
and
Killer was
is
toch eerst
changing
Ghost
yet again?
gejoined?
Ja.
I think it's gonna stay
Ja,
the same
en
for a
toen is
little
hij
bit.
weg.
People are gonna try it out and see how it works.
Ja,
but
maar Mist is ook
G9
gewoon
G2
beter
definitely have
in
to, like,
al
change their
in
playstyle a little bit.
RLCS. hè.
And for you on Ghost,
Had daar al
what
ervaring
position
mee,
have you
Devin.
fallen into? And what
Ah,
can we
wie
expect
belt
from your
mij nu?
gameplay later today?
I'll see. I'm still like third man, like centered, but I still play like a lot more offense
Oh,
than Ghost, so
wat daar.
that helps a lot.
And we were talking before earlier. We think this match against SSG is going to be good.
Ik sta mij
You know, what are you most excited about this
zijn
match? You think it's going to be
webcam.
super close or easy stomp for
Dat
you
is ook
guys?
niet normaal, hè?
I think it'll be close. They're a really good team, so it should be fun.
We zijn misschien nu
Awesome.
al aan
Well,
het
good luck in
kassen.
your match and thanks for
Je zit
joining
er
me
wel
online.
gewoon te kassen.
Thank you.
Je zit waarschijnlijk gewoon terwijl gewoon te
A
kassen. hè.
funny thing that kind of
Ja,
got to me there is
waarschijnlijk
like,
tot
oh,
training
fuck, I wanna be an offense
play-off.
scorer. What position are you in?
Third.
Like I'm still back here, and I know the pain. I know the pain of playing a third. But
You invented that role.
I know. I'm
Waarom
sorry,
kijk
I'm
je
sorry.
naar Letamir RL?
But for Ghost is a team that is making a roster move every single season, and I kind of like this because they've always been that team to
Jasper.
finish 5th or 6th, 4 straight
Ik heb zijn
seasons,
vriend.
and it just felt like they always played.
Waarom
defense.
kijkt je naar
So I
Letamir?
really want to see Mist
Ik kijk
move
toch
up
niet
more
naar
and turn this
Letamir.
team more into
Jawel.
an offensive heavy team.
Nee.
Okay, well, I want to jump
Jawel.
into some very important
Jasper
information
Bots,
right
bekijk
here.
Letamir
Predictions for the
RL.
day. Let's talk about how
What
we
the
play these
fuck?
matches. You know, it's very hard coming in off the
Nee,
offseason
waarom?
to really make a lot of predictions, but it seems like we're falling in line. Even though it was a crazy season for North America.
There's pretty
Oh,
much agreement across the
heel
board,
veel
except for the match today,
one-sided.
where we
Yeah.
split.
Heel
That's
veel
why- and
one-sided.
the reason why I picked Ghost in that matchup is because I think that Mist is going to be the answer to help shut Arsenal down.
I agree.
He really was a player that elevated the Knights so much. And he's going to give Atomic
Met
that space.
zoveel,
And really the
ik
question
vind
mark
echt
will
dat
be,
hij
how can Illusion
wel
help with
heel
that as
veel
well? Because for
dominantie.
Knights, with
Je weet het toch
Gyro
nooit?
and God,
Reynolds?
Yeah, Reynolds.
Yeah.
They were just upfield,
Yeah.
dominating everybody. So can
Bro,
Illusion and Atomic
The great thing about
bedoel,
Illusion is that, you know,
PlayStation
Arsenal,
Gaming.
he's so over-aggressive and he gets so many demos, but Illusion was
Roll
following that
pretty
second in the
G2,
league
yeah,
for demos. He's
G2.
going to play the aggression, Miss will be on the
Come on,
defense,
come on.
and for pretty much every other game that we picked, we're really just spot on. That
Wat
is
is
the
er
one
zijn maar
split.
5
I think you
matchjes
guys are
op,
forgetting
hè?
that Space Station finished top 4 in the
Maar-
championship, and they looked pretty good. The only time they looked bad was when they played Dignitas.
Maar vorig jaar waren dat er maar
Amazing
3 of
throughout the World
4.
Championship.
That's
So
what
watch
Oké,
out.
ja, was het 5 matchjes dan heel tijd 3? Oké, ja.
Well, that's the question
Oké,
though,
ja.
is this a team
Dat is
that
een
really excels once they hit that
Zijn niet
lane
alleen
stage,
maar
and is it
vijf
going to change
matchjes.
now that they've, you know, Space Station has come back into league play where they're playing at home.
Ik hoop
They don't
toch
have
wel
energy. We know
dat er
Arsenal uses that
sowieso
energy
wel
to
één
pop
verrassing
off.
komt.
Is he going to be able to have that?
We'll find out, right? That's the beauty of the offseason. We just don't know yet because we haven't
Alleen
seen
van
the
zo
play.
van
But
die
one of the
nieuwe
surprise
teams.
picks, I think, for all
Nog
four
8
of us,
minuten,
we
vriend.
went Cloud9 over E United, and the pros have E United pretty low too. And E United's like, hey guys, we were just at the World Championship. We finished top 4. We beat teams like Cloud9, so no respect given at all from us or the pros for E
I
United.
think we're still stuck on the fact that we all are kind of convinced that last season was really just a fluke for Cloud9, and we're expecting, you know, Gimmick and them to show up again.
And maybe a
where they
fluke for
haven't.
E United as well, because sure they came in 4th, but their goal differential was minus 19.
Yeah, I
Their
mean,
shot differential minus
You
22.
look at scoring, Ajax and Hoxer were all the way at the bottom. They were almost last. They were in the bottom 3. And Roldiz, he was up there in scoring, but his assists were nowhere because his teammates were scoring. He was
Oh, ik heb
cleaning up
echt
a
niet
lot of
wachten nog
goals.
7.
But can they keep that going? I'm not really sold on E United yet, but they have earned my respect. I respect them as a team,
yeah.
but I think this is it's going to be a combination of I think Cloud9 is going to play to their potential. Gimmick is not going to have a disaster of a season like he did last season, and that's why I'm going with Cloud9. It's because I think they're going to bounce back.
Yeah.
Well,
Gimmick
get that
heeft wel
first
echt
one on there.
een
We
cheeky.
had this one unanimous. This is our first match of the day, so let's get talking about this one. Pittsburgh Knights versus Flight. We all had Pittsburgh Knights taking the win on this one. Is this just experience we just don't know yet, or is it
Nou weer,
you're just
man.
confident now that Flight's just not ready to play a team like Pittsburgh Knights?
I mean, Pittsburgh Knights, they made a roster move, but Flight also did. But this is a good spot to play the Pittsburgh Knights at least because bringing in AJ, there was a lot of chemistry issues on Rogue, and I think that's why it was a good move for Rogue. And AJ, a lot of double commits on defense. One of the things Pittsburgh Knights did not do last season was double commit. They executed so well on both sides of the ball. Number one save percentage, number one shooting percentage, and a lot of that was because they all knew how they played together. They rotated well, no defense. AJ is a wild card at this
Jij kunt echt geen enkele naam goed uitspreken. Het is Gyro en Riddles. Hoe kom jij nou weer aan Gyro?
Gyro en Riddles.
Gyro. We won't see really a third man from him, but instead everybody kind of playing equal roles, equal aggression, and it'll definitely be a change in play style because they won't be so aggressive because they'll have to kind of delegate.
I think if anyone has to go back, it's probably going to be Gyro because we've seen how much Riddles likes to have upfield and how much he likes to play upfield. So it's interesting to think about what the dynamic is going to be for this team, but I just think for me the reason I picked the Knights is because just looking at the raw talent. Look at the raw talent on that team. I just think they're going to overwhelm Flight, especially with Rapid. This is his first RLCS
Amory wil meekijken, maar zeg allee.
In season 4 and 6 with Allegiance, but he hasn't really had that many results. And then also Memory. You know, he's a good player, but I don't think he's a player that's going to carry a team.
Yeah, plus,
I think the Knights are coming out.
With Memory, there was 4 roster moves, and I guarantee you Memory would have liked to be on any of those 3 other teams. So he was kind of the last pick to go to Flight. So, sure, this team's down the basement. Maybe Memory kind of upgrades them a little bit, but I don't know if that's enough. But once again, for Flight and for Sonics that we'll talk about later, they did not beat any teams from the RLCS to get here. Every single week that they don't have a win, more and more pressure on them.
What are you expecting out of Flight then? What's the style you want to see them approach? Who's where on the field?
I think you just have to have solid communication overall and have, you know, really even play style because if you try and force too much of Memory being, you know, the defensive end and playing passive, why are you shaking your head?
I'm shaking my head because the answer is simple. It's give the ball to Seabass. Let him shoot. That's it.
Like Rapid.
I
disagree. It is Rapid, but
Rapid is good, but he's
gaat toch niet alles ervan zien. Dus.
The rapid resets. I remember you called it
every
more
week
times.
he's DMing me on Twitter saying, this is the week I hit the rapid reset, and it never happened. So I'm not going to ever count on Rapid ever again. He is a good shooter, I'll give him that, and he does have great mechanical ability, but Seabass is the key.
Honestly, I'm still thinking back right now. Guys, I got to switch it up. I'm thinking back like the Season 8 Worlds right now and how hype it was, and how hype I am looking forward to Season 9 Worlds, because it's going to be crazy. The question is, will it be just as crazy as Season 8? Let's find out, and let's go.
I think I need therapy when my feet gets the best of me. I can't seem to understand how you do this to me.
Oh, let's fucking go.
You've been running in circles
What the fuck is script?
inside my head.
Ik zit hem in de call en hij wil toch nog niet steeds niet kijken. Dat is raar.
What the fuck, beast, man? Kijk, oh, prachtig. Rettos.
Oh.
Oh.
Was dat letterlijk Marky Duda? Dat is echt al heel oud. Justin!
Let's fucking go, Pip! Let's fucking go!
Je rustig man, what the fuck?
Kijk. April 24, 26.
Dat zijn wel echt buurtickets.
Buurtickets on sale februari 22. Huts.
That's right. April 24th to 26th, in case you guys missed the announcement, in Dallas, Texas, is our Season 9 Worlds. You can get your tickets February 22nd. And for more information, jump online to our blog post for more information on Worlds, tickets, and price. And you guys are not going to want to miss it. Worlds never fails to disappoint. It's exciting every single time, and honestly, it gets better and better. I think the audience just gets better and better, too. Now, one thing I do got to call it here is we tried really, really hard for continuity.
Hoe lang nog, hoe lang nog?
Gibbs, I mean,
Oh my god,
ignore
1
the missing
minuut.
person. What is that? But what is that tie, Gibbs?
I messed up, all right?
right.
Look, I got 2 kids at home, so I have bigger problems, Leaf, than worrying about my tie I wore last week, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone at home.
James, you did a good job.
I thank you. I mean, it was easy for me.
Anyways, now that we did all the talking, you know, from last week, just chill and watch ourselves. I do have another question.
Come on,
this
Pete.
is still going to be our first series, our first game of the decade of 2020, which means someone's going to get the first goal of the decade. I'm just kind of curious who you guys think that's going to be. You know, we got the Knights up against Flight. Who's taking that first goal?
Well, there's been a lot of hate from the pros and from the Reddit community on AJ, and I think AJ will deliver throughout the series. He's going to get the first goal.
You know, you're close. You're close.
I'm
because
close.
AJ will shoot it, but Reynolds is always upfield. He's going to steal it.
He's going to
Nee, er komt gewoon een on-goal van AJ, ja. Gewoon een on-goal van AJ. Dat is mijn dinges.
I want Rapid to call you out. I want Rapid to get the rapid reset.
I'll wire
Zie, ik zeg het. Ik zei ook Rapid.
That'd be great. Anyways, let us know who you guys think is going to get that first goal of RLCS Season 9.
Allee,
The first
start
goal
maar gewoon,
of the decade
vriend.
on Twitter at
Hey, gast, die moeten nog...
#RLCS.
Gast, jij weet dat die nog eerst moeten gaan praten en daarna...
Over to the commentary booth.
Ja, deze. Commentary. En dan gaan we dat zeggen en dan begint.
Oh,
Rustig,
ja, ja.
maat. What the fuck?
Ja, nee, fuck you. Ik keek daar vorige week al naar uit, vriendetje.
Ja, ik ook.
Ja, morgen bij Europa wordt dat nog erger, vriend. Hoe laat begint dat? 6 uur? Ja. Lekker, Piet. Ja. Oh, what the fuck. Lijpe dubbeltip. Oh.
Maat, dat is letterlijk gewoon de intro van de RLCS, maat. Heb jij dat nog nooit gezien? Heb jij die intro nog nooit gezien, maat?
Lijpe squishy goal, broer. What the fuck.
Tum. Oh, toch niet. Normaal is dat altijd, maar... Nu zijn deze.
Die weet Punk RL ken ik, die andere guy niet.
Ik ken die allebei, maar... Maar het is wel een nieuw, is hè?
I think, you know, there is potential for the rapid reset, but no, I stand with James. I think Seabass
Die rechtser is nieuw, maar dat boeit niet, maar die is gewoon nieuw.
I feel like Reynolds is a genuine option, but then again, this is a silly game to play because there are
Voor 2 teams die ik niet op stem, dan stem ik gewoon op de underdog. En Pittsburgh is stom.
Super excited. We've got some returning veterans in the Knights with brought over AJ from Rogue, and we have Flight on the other side. Many Rapid, the rookie here, both Memory and Seabass having played in former seasons. Yep. But the first time playing RLCS as a team. Thoughts about Flight here, Chiefs?
You know, Flight is kind of this enigma of what to expect because I like them. I've seen all of them on teams before, right? Yeah. But none of those teams have ever done anything particularly good.
No.
And so
toch
you're
wel
just like,
Ghost.
okay, well, we're glad to have you
Ghost
back,
was toch
right?
niet slecht?
But you're going against this restructured Pittsburgh Knights.
Yes.
So it feels
Het is beter dan dat ze er nu tegenkomen, anders dan later, hè, want dan zijn die elkaar al wat meer goed.
Beter, jij ziet niet voor me.
They did really well at one thing, or they've been at this level before.
Ik nu die guy te praten met zijn...
You just don't want to believe they're going to be lights out.
I don't know. I have trouble like looking at the veteran experience of Flight and really putting a lot of weight on it. You have Seabass, who has gone 1-6 in RLCS 2 times, so he's played 2 seasons and won 2 matches.
Maar Seabass was toch goed? Seabass en Illusion. Seabass en Illusion waren altijd bij Ghost. Die hebben bijna allemaal bij Ghost gezeten, hè? Behalve... Hoe noemt die andere dude? Rapid heeft niet bij Ghost gezeten. Ik weet niet eens van waar dat die komt. Ik weet alleen dat hij met Lettermere speelt vaak. Lettermere.
I wanted another season of Mist on this roster, so AJ was moving conversation over to them. AJ is a huge.
Ja, want zij deden eigenlijk altijd gewoon dezelfde tactiek, hè. En nu dat die een andere speler hebben, gaan die dan nog hetzelfde doen. Vraagteken.
You understand that, you know, Gyro is a guy with a lot of ball control, and you feel like AJ also brings that level of control with the ball and trying to
Jasper, wat denk jij dat de uitslag gaat worden?
AJ obviously is not missed.
Oh,
I feel like you're going to lose a little bit of that aggressiveness over on the night side of the pitch. So I'm expecting a lot more dribble plays, more ball control, and I expect more chances across the net rather than above the net.
Well, get up and get loud. It's game day, chat. We've got 5 wonderful North American battles here.
Oh.
We will start with Pittsburgh Knights versus Flight. Flight in the blue already up to take a shot. Seabass looking for that first goal of the season. One flag. Reynolds comes out to try and get the counterattack, but blocked by Memory in the midfield.
Waar heeft Memory voor rare decal?
Get the first win of the 9th season.
And early double commits as well for the Knights. That was definitely not a good start on defense, but
de zenuwen, hè, de zenuwen.
Trying to keep that ball close on those sidewalls and get themselves some opportunities.
AJ looking to set up his new teammates.
Goeie bumps, zo'n smerige bumps.
Gyro over the top of 1, 2 defenders will handle it nicely and Rapid, the rookie here.
Hier Goldstone.
Makes his name known. Memory now passes to Gyro, rotates on the goal, goes for the challenge, gets demolished. This is a setup in front of the box, but
Rapid heeft ook
the pass maybe unexpected there, won't be able to find a shot. A play from Memory into the box. AJ's up early for it, looking for Reynolds. He's not going to be able to find this redirect. Can he find the second touch? Doesn't actually make contact, and AJ misses. Gyro with
heel veel gemis. Heel veel gemis van Pittsburgh.
Over 2, dribbles it off the crossbar or off the back wall, and it pitches high above the goal.
And you can definitely see Knights constantly trying to just stay as close to these balls as possible. Reynolds with a long pass, and no problem for Memory. And I'm also curious to see if Memory comes here to Flight. Almost. Rapid able to start off 2020 with the first goal of RLCS, but curious if, because you know Memory's on the Ghost for a while. Historically a tough team to break down defensively.
Reynolds.
See if he's able to bring a little bit of that expectation over to the Flight roster.
Dat was een hele slechte, maar daar kon hij zelf niet aan doen. Hij kwam daar letterlijk uit. Maar deze game is echt nog zo'n inkom game, dat zie je zo, hè, want er gebeurt zoveel fouten. Allee, fouten, te weinig druk. Ja! Oh.
Maar hoe kun je zo slecht praten over Flight? Kijk dat team. Niks mis mee.
Maar die teams zijn allemaal goed, hè. Maar er moet gewoon één ploeg de slechtste zijn. Er moet wel een ploeg de slechtste zijn. Die zijn eigenlijk allemaal wel goed, hè, Jasper. Er moet wel eentje de laatste zijn.
Maar daarnet stond niet dat die laatste waren, hè. Die stonden negende. Ik weet niet wie de laatste stond.
Sonics.
Ja, Sonics.
Van Dapur. Maar zij kunnen ook niet echt voorspellen, hè, want zij hebben die nog niet op RLCS, hè. Dat is gewoon, meestal worden die ploeg... Ja, die gaan waarschijnlijk wel verliezen. Dat is nou wel heel moeilijk. Het zal wel graaf zijn, hè. Oh. Oh! Dit is echt zo, wat ik hier herken is dat er echt te weinig energie is. Oh mijn god! Oh mijn god, wat is dit voor zenuwachtig spel? Score alsjeblieft, what the fuck. Die zijn fucking zenuwachtig, dat zie je toch. Oh! Kijk hoe zenuwachtig zij spelen. Zij missen letterlijk allemaal zo'n typeschot. Seabus die noemt eigenlijk zijn best team, daarom noemt hij Seabus.
Ja, daarvoor heette hij toch, ja ik weet niet.
Nee, hij noemt altijd Seabus. Je hebt Illusion, maar dat is iemand anders. Er moet gewoon één goal komen, want het is echt te zenuwachtig. Omdat er zoveel, die teams die willen allemaal zo goede mogelijke defense, maar dat die amper van die goede aanvallende actie willen. Maar echt veel meer pressure of zo komen, want op dit moment speelt Pittsburgh toch wel iets aanvallender.
30 seconds left. AJ over the top of
one.
Bumped high. Here comes Rapid. Shot towards the goal. Gyro's airborne for the save. Has got one touch, but is there a follow-up? Memory's too far back.
Die zijn veel te, ja. Nou moet hij wel. Ja.
Rapid had no boost on the way back, had about 20 in the tank right there, and thought about going for the challenge, realized he wasn't going to make it, and then he only had 2 when he put himself in the 1v1. Missed all the pads on the way back to the net.
Dit zijn echt wel nog lame games, man. Dit is echt nog lame.
Voor wat?
Ik bedoel gewoon omdat dit de begin-game is. Je ziet dat hij allemaal wel moet
komen. Oeh, ja, ja. Ja.
Lekker, lekker.
Dat was echt een mooie, dat was mooi van Rapid.
Ja, inderdaad.
En dat is ook nog goed getrapt, hè, want dat is niet simpel. Open goals zijn de moeilijkste goals. Omdat er dan zoveel van die wordt geweest. En dan vooral met de eerste game en al die gedoe. En het is al gelijk overtime.
And I'm liking the pressure from Flight. You know, I came in not knowing what to expect, but they have great timing on their challenges out of the midfield. They don't always win them, but their pressure and the timing of how they approach them on that has been phenomenal.
Ik vind toch wel dat Pittsburgh nog heel stil blijft.
Inderdaad.
Saved by the Knights defense. Now through one. Seabass gets a pop. Is AJ there? He looks for the shot, but Memory coming from behind the Knights players.
Het is natuurlijk een eerste week, dus we hebben nog wel even. Oh.
En AJ, dat is ook.
Ja, maar ik heb die al wel bezig gezien, hè. Die hebben al gewonnen van Flight, hè. Nog 2 weken geleden.
Ja.
Maar toen was het letterlijk 3-2. Alleen in games, hè. Dus dat was eigenlijk echt vrij close.
Seabass up, looks for a shot. It's a bit high, and Gyro will send it off of his own woodwork. We'll get a second one on the follow-up. First minute will come and go. Rattles off that backboard, and
is vooral nu de aanval van...
Yeah, for extended periods in this.
Maar zij lijken zo, Flight lijkt zo een beetje mooi in aanval. Op dit moment lijkt het waarschijnlijk wel dat Pittsburgh gaat winnen ofzo. Maar zij kunnen ook nog beter winnen. Maar... Allee, Knights doen niet veel, maar als ze iets doen dan is het wel iets beter dan wat Flight doet. Flight doet me echt denken aan die andere ploeg van heel lang geleden.
Gyro past one. Reynolds advances to the midfield to support, but Memory in the way, making his presence known. Seabass not able to beat Reynolds, but Rapid will be here.
Oh, he's got Seabass.
Now Seabass looks for his pass back down, but Rapid demolished. Memory was up for the winner here. The double tap. It's not quite on target, and Seabass isn't able to beat Gyro. And now Reynolds deep in enemy territory looks for a shot from the corner. Rapid makes the save. Fireworks here in overtime.
En nu Memory. Oh, ik dacht dat hij voor de redirect ging. Hij heeft wel iemand gedemoed.
Memory.
Oh ja, en nu. Zie je dat? Dat speelt echt niet zo heel slecht. Maar ik weet niet of het genoeg gaat. Normaal, Pittsburgh Knights, die vallen toch de hele tijd wel aan. Oh. Nu kan er wel goed gebeuren. Nu komt het al iets beter los. Nu komen er wel meer acties.
You could see a little bit of that unfamiliarity out of the Pittsburgh Knights. AJ definitely trying to leave that challenge, not wanting to turn in case they double commit. But it was a slow pickup from the Knights on the other side because they weren't sure if AJ was going to turn in and go for that challenge or let it go.
Memory, a full tank. Many of the players on both sides of the ball have a boost right now. This miss could possibly spell disaster. Memory doesn't actually make contact.
Ja, maar dit is expres. Dan zie je toch dat Memory de kaart faked. Oeh, ik weet niet, hè, want die hebben allemaal geen boost. Ah, goeie clear nu. Kunnen ze tijd voor boost.
Oh, what the fuck, mooie blok, ja. Oh. Ja,
daar gaat hij niks mee kunnen.
Has ball control. Here comes a shot from Gyro. Memory will have the save. Ball was high anyways.
Ah, Gyro speelt hij niet met dienst. Speelt hij niet met Fennec.
Ja, vorige keer was dat, hè.
Ja, die speelde altijd met
4
Fennec.
minutes into this first game. That was over at 8 seconds despite the heroics of
Maar
Rapid
ik vond...
to get them into this overtime. And now a shot
Ja,
from memory, a save from Reynolds. Gyro double
het punt
commits
is
against
wel...
the ground. They should be fine.
Mist was wel de verdedigende dinges van Pittsburgh. Ja, let's go! Let's go!
Is Seabass going to be the answer?
Lekker.
Well, he delivers both goals in game 1 and
Voilà.
takes the first one off the
De eerste game is gewonnen door
reads Gyro's challenge, just
Vlieg.
sits under him and punches it right through him, expecting Seabass to go for the flick. And a beautiful read of the defense means Seabass will win game 1.
What a game. And and what a way to make a statement here in game number 1 for Flight.
That was a fun one.
Misschien gaan die nu al auto's veranderen.
For Flight.
And the first goal of the game at 15 seconds.
Het grappige, iedereen drukt altijd op ready. Er moet altijd één iemand niet op ready staan. Dat is zo stom, hè? Waarom zetten die dan niet gewoon allemaal niet op ready? Neo Tokyo.
I will tell you that he assisted in both the goals. 100% goal participation so far for Rapid this season. And
ja, eigenlijk. Seabass heeft dat 2 keer gescoord. Dat is topscorer.
A little bit of a you could call it a warm-up, you could call it getting the jitters out, especially first game of the season for both these teams. There's going to be a little bit of nice settling in, okay, what sort of team are we this season? Is the demo meta different from them this season? We didn't see as much of it here in game 1.
Yeah, so that's kind of
maar
feeding into what I was saying at the start. You know, when you have players like Gyro and AJ, because they're both very ball-controlled types of players. They like to keep things close. They like to force challenges and win them.
Op een of andere manier lijkt het alsof dat Pittsburgh Knights wel zijn verzwakt.
You know, Reynolds is the guy who's going to pound the ball off the wall and try and smash somebody. But Gyro and AJ don't strike me as those types of players. So yeah. I'm confident the Knights may develop back into that. But as it stands right now, when they just picked up AJ, everyone's trying to figure out what to happen. I don't know if they have that cohesion to really attempt that same level of risk that they had with Mist.
It does feel like it was more of a solo show game. Which 3 of
die Rapid gast die wil zo de hele tijd voor de flipper is het
gaan. For their team and their only goal. A solo play from Reynolds against a boostless Rapid. But game 2, time to bounce back. Get back in form, we'll see how they do.
And the thing you're looking for here out of the Knights is to transition a lot better from offense to defense. Because they really did struggle to hold on the ball. They got outshot by a margin of
ik weet dat niet, bij gewoon een team dat play-ins wil doen.
16, so...
Oeh, alleen dat menen had toch niet? Die hebben nu al 3 keer gescoord, die gast. Maar Knights speelt wel echt heel slechte defense.
Ja, en it's really the freeze on AJ in that back post that really.
Het wel echt iets aan veranderen. Want, het kan nog, hè. Ik zeg niks, hè. Het is letterlijk nog maar game 2 en het staat 1-0. Het is nog 4 minuten.
Maar Flight is niet slecht bezig, hoor.
Ja, het kan altijd wel beter, hè, want het is niet dat ze... Vorige game waren ze toch niet per se de beste.
Dat is mooi wel.
Ze moeten wel echt iets aan hun verdediging doen, want Mist was normaal een verdediger. Hè. En nu hebben ze hem niet meer. En nu hebben ze AJ, terwijl het ook gewoon aanval is. Dus waarschijnlijk zijn die gewoon aan het struggelen nu. Qua verdediging, omdat waar dat AJ juist moet staan en zo. Dat zou wel heel goed zijn, hè, als die deze game winnen. Want dan hebben
die Rapid guy is ook echt wel goed. Hij is echt nog wel goed.
Ja, anders zou hij niet spelen.
Oh
ja, dat is een...
Oh. AJ follow-up.
Dat speelt toch niet heel overtuigend. Echt heel veel gestruggeld nog.
Knights right now definitely struggling to get this ball out of their own corner. Can AJ block this one? Memory actually doesn't challenge it, doesn't take a shot, and AJ manages to get it all by himself down the field. Looks for a double tap. This would be quite an angle to hit, and his teammates aren't there. Gyro now has to fly all the way back down, and he'll make one stop.
Zijn auto is nog wel graaf met die.
Ja, rotation underneath. No boost to his name, but he didn't need it. Just got contact on the ball. Now Seabass up against Reddles. It's off to the edge, and Gyro should be able to get this one out of his half.
Die van Gyro is gewoon
Maar misschien hebben die gewoon dingen aan staan, hè. Alpha console. Oh mijn god.
And they give up a goal. Well played, Rapid gets his first goal of his RLCS career, and what a goal it is too. The read that the double jump was coming in, they're probably going to put that ball right about here, and I'm going to shoot that one straight in. A beautiful play, and flight up by 2.
Yeah, and it's danger time if you're the Knights.
Maar ja, ze hadden ook al gezegd, Rogue was ook heel afhankelijk van AJ als hij goed speelde of niet. Maar er moet iets van zenuwachtigheid zijn. Dat moet toch bij hun. Ik weet niet wie dat per se is. Maar die zijn precies heel zenuwachtig. Of gewoon een slechte dag, hè. Maar natuurlijk, die kunnen nog wel een clean sweep doen. Of nu scoren. Zo'n drop is echt de meta eigenlijk gewoon, hè. Zo'n drop, dat is echt kei moeilijk om te saven.
Talked about Memory being a staunch defender on Ghosts earlier. He's definitely shown some of that here against Knights.
Je moet echt meer boost control hebben.
Dat is wel waar, Memory is ook echt wel een goede verdediger.
All the best teams in the world have a strong player. Torment on Cloud 9,
Ja, dat is
one of the best defenders in the third man role. And
fuck.
If you have a player that can always get the ball out of a tough spot, it just gives you that level of confidence and willingness to take a bigger risk.
Volgens mij heeft AJ stress, man.
Wat kon hij daar doen eigenlijk? Ik denk dat hij gewoon... Oh! Reddles miste de bump. Oh! Oh mijn god! Zij spelen echt goed eigenlijk. Zij zijn, dat is wel echt zo'n ploeg, zodat die nu overkomt is echt zo'n ploeg die allemaal zo individuele acties kunnen maken. Maar ik weet niet of ze dat, want eigenlijk is er nog niet echt één grote teamplay geweest.
Die guy heeft al 4 goals, hè.
5. Oh nee, ja, ding is Rapid, dat is ook 4, joh. Sorry.
It's coming back down in front of the goal again. Reddles will get this one off, and Seabass just keeps the pressure on. And man, this has been the bane of Knights, this pressure. And I don't think it really has entirely to do though with...
En nu begint die pressure te komen, hè, van Flight. Dat is hetgene wat je eigenlijk al heel een tijd moet doen. Nu zijn echt keihard van pressure. En PK kan daar niks tegen doen.
But here's my thing about Knights. Okay.
Ze kunnen nog wel.
When you have two players who are stylish, who are flashing, who are like to go, like to half.
Ik vind ook dat Reddles heel weinig doet eigenlijk.
One player who's like, yeah, you guys go for it. It's fine. Sure. It'll be all right.
Ik denk dat AJ nog best wel goed speelt.
So comfortable letting Gyro and Reddles be aggressive, and when you have a demo-heavy offense, you need that even more. You need to know somebody is waiting in the back, because if we're all three rotating here, the demo might be too much time.
What the fuck, man? I do that
for you. Goal. It was an absolutely incredible carry there from him. There's too much. If you have, it takes more time to get that demolition. So you need a player who is already back. Yeah.
Iedereen hun guesses zijn nu al fout, want iedereen zei 3-0 voor Pittsburgh Knights. Dat is wel grappig.
Wacht, wie heb ik allemaal in mijn team? Nee, ik heb niemand van Flight en Pittsburgh Knights. Nee.
De volgende match wel.
Daar heb ik 2 man van.
Gewoon hopen dat Sonics nog iets kan. Gewoon, ik hoop gewoon dat...
Nee vriend, Garrett G en Justin moeten carryen, man.
Ik hoop gewoon dat Justin heel veel scoort, dat is het belangrijke.
their challenges out of the midfield have been snap, you know.
En dan nou get a G, want ik heb hem erin op mijn attack. Ja, moet gewoon scoren.
Because while they had reduced shot opportunities in
oh,
game 2,
nice.
they still
Maar de match is wel nog niet gedaan, hè, dus we moeten niet uitschrijven. Het kan nog zijn dat Pittsburgh Knights ineens bam doet. Maar het zou nog wel eens kunnen dat hij wel terughalen. Allee, dat verwacht ik. Oh! Goal! Boe! 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 Hij geeft zomaar, ik zeg toch Seabass is dikke beest. Seabass is gewoon beest. Ik heb hem gezien in Rivals series en ik vond Seabass toen echt de hele tijd beest gaan.
Now Reynolds into a corner. Can he find a shot? 1v1. It's just wide. You gotta hit that one. Now here comes Gyro with the follow-up. Seabass comes in. The offense stays aggressive, and finally Knights play their game.
That's a great job here. Reynolds knows he has the back post. Doesn't get it, unfortunately, but nice job from Gyro to not get greedy there and try and force that shot opportunity. They had two guys sitting anywhere in the goal line that probably could have got just about anything. So to dump that back off to Reynolds and let him take a second chance on the open side of the net, great vision and understanding and selflessness.
Oh, AJ looking for a shot.
Oh.
Now Rapid with counterattack. Got Seabass behind him. Gyro challenges. Now Seabass will go. Trying to read both players as AJ and Reynolds kind of made it difficult. No, managed to find some semblance of ball control here. Memory finally loses a challenge in the midfield, and Gyro will get into the corner. Both of his teammates there. They need to make this one work. AJ demolished might actually be the best thing that's happened for Knights on this play, as Rapid will be up, and now AJ on that back line will try. Not able to find any control. Man, Flight just keeps it high at midfield away from all of the Knights players. And again,
ik denk op een of andere manier lijkt het alsof dat die... Die hebben wel heel goed Pittsburgh Knights bestudeerd, precies. Want die zijn zo'n tegen oh! Ja. Oh! Goeie save.
Ik gun AJ extra een goal, man.
Seabass is echt goed, man. Ah, echt goede save. Oh, goed gedaan, jongen. Dat is echt een heerlijke bump. Oh.
Prachtig. Kijk AJ.
Maar ik vind niet dat Seabass daar wordt geblamed. Ik vind eigenlijk dat de Rapid daar moet geblamed worden. Want hij ging weg. Hij had even goed gewoon die boost pads kunnen pakken. En naar achter kunnen gaan, hè.
Considering they know, oh look at Reynolds, he just wants his teammates to get set, but unfortunately he just dumps it right off, and that means Rapid has an easy challenge here. And those are the types of plays that have let Flight keep him. He didn't win the ball, but he tipped the player and stops them from keeping that ball control as much as they would want, and Flight come in and pick up the pieces.
You're rotating well, and you got players behind you. You just got to make them lose control. Your teammate will pick up the rest. Massive double commit in the midfield on offense, but AJ...
Inderdaad, een zieke dubbel commit van... Hoeveel man was dat? Twee man van Pittsburgh of zo. Oh my. Pinch. En nu easy goal, oh. Oh. Oh, dat had bijna nog een prank geweest. Dat zou nog wel graaf zijn geweest dat hij die allebei had gebunkt.
Oké, die zijn nu wel echt mooi aan het aanspelen.
Wie?
Oh.
Oh.
Memory gets in the way.
Deze game is echt heel veel van de O's. Deze game is echt heel veel van de O's. Zo in deze O. Zie, nu is er al wat meer pressure, hè, van Pittsburgh, omdat die eens een keer voor staan. Zie, ik ben gewoon, ik moet ook zo iemand worden, want die zitten letterlijk te zeggen wat ik zeg.
Still, slowly but surely getting more and more chances. This free ball in the midfield, and how do they?
Oh, ja. Jij ziet al of dat goal was, of wat? Oké, ja, dat was niet echt handig.
There's Gyro. Reynolds tries, but Gyro's touch is far from Reynolds. He has to stretch across the field to get to here. Now AJ looking for more pressure.
Oh, dangerous.
Rapid already up. He'll beat Gyro to the ball. As the final minute approaches, Flight, they've got a 2-game lead in the series. If they win this one, they'll get the sweep on Knights. First win here in RLCS. They've got to close it out. They've got to find a way to get a goal.
Nee, of die wil gewoon met zo'n auto spelen. Dat is heel tryhard.
Oh, what the
far
fuck?
side means he's not there for the pass. 40 seconds left. Memory and Rapid start to set this one up.
Oh, what the fuck, Rapid?
Rapid tries to extend after a second touch, and now Reynolds and Gyro back into the blue.
Gyro, mooi. Oh, Gyro.
Gyro's off of Memory.
Memory moest wel wat eerder kan committen.
This one to get it back into the corner.
Oh, prachtige blok, AJ. What the fuck?
Slowly, Knights also winning more and more of those challenges. They've been going into neutral or losing, and now they're starting to win them. And
all Rapid.
Oh,
Rapid. Touch on AJ got up in time. Now Seabass back in the box.
Waarom gaat hij niet voor de bump?
Tries out of the box, and here comes Memory. Pass in the midfield. Rapid's there. A bump.
Oh, the bump.
Open up. Can Rapid just find the shot? He's got to adjust 2 times. Too many touches to gain control of this ball, and it will hit the ground. Here in a second. Well, they've actually managed to keep that one alive.
Ja, maar hij gaat trappen en hij scoort.
Oh, he missed.
And Rapid actually, we'll see how this goes right now. They keep it
This is Rocket. Ah, ik wou een This is Rocket League zien.
They bounce back. They get the win here in game 3. We're not done just yet.
I think I was kind of feeling your tone of voice in my mind at the end of that game. It's like, you know what? That is actually a bit more dangerous than I would care to admit. Them unable to either score that or knock it down. Light was doing a good job keeping that ball up. But
a surprise. Honestly, it was like they kept it alive, and I'm like, I still don't believe that you're going to be able to get back behind this. And for me, it was that final moment with Rapid. But here, the go-ahead goal is Gyro's able to put this one in on kind of a wide open defense. Mainly, I want to put this on Seabass, but then again, I believe his teammate was rotating to the far side as well.
It's tough to say, because I mean, Seabass could be expecting that challenge to have tipped out that way instead of just dropping straight down on the ground for a shot, and then as soon as he sees that,
en als volgende game is, dan is Champions
you know, that's
Field.
what Rocket League is 90% of the time, anticipation of what you expect to happen. And if he's expecting that ball to go a certain way and then it just drops off
altijd dezelfde map op, hè?
to make matters worse, it's right in the shooting lane. And, I mean, you're dead at that point.
Wist jij dat niet?
Choice, you're wrong. Now
Dat
you're
is
gonna get
dus.
beat for it.
We zijn altijd dezelfde mappen.
Ja.
Okay.
Allee, dat weet ik niet.
Favoriete mappen gekozen.
Dat weet ik niet. Ja, je gaat niet Wasteland of zo spelen, I guess. Maar ik weet eigenlijk niet zeker of dat altijd dezelfde is. Ik weet gewoon dat Champions Field altijd de laatste is. Champions Field is gewoon altijd laatst. Dat is het enige dat ik weet.
And I know he's not going to be able to take this control away from me. We're going to keep this pressure on.
Brother.
And that sort of thing could be disastrous if Knights is not able to get the fundamentals of just getting the ball out of their own corners down pat.
I do think Knights, when they got the ball on offense and it got jammed in the corner, much more dangerous, winning a lot more of the challenge. You're absolutely right. Coming out of the corners, it's been mediocre at
Oké, sorry.
Ik wou eigenlijk even net Rapid. What the fuck?
Obama. Haha.
Check him.
Oh,
what the fuck? Oh!
Reynolds looking for a double tap. Off of Rapid, but Memory's able to clean this one up. Now Gyro putting more pressure on. Rapid born again off the corner, still dangerous. Gyro in position to go and bump the goalie, and Memory gets up and misses the second touch.
AJ scoort een goal. Seabass.
Dat had geen boost. Allee, niet genoeg. Dat is niet zo. Als iemand voor zo'n play wilt gaan, dan weet je gewoon, die heeft niet genoeg boost meer.
Oh, AJ! Please score, AJ!
Seabass makes the stops. First minute and a half gonna come and go here.
Wat? Was dat voor challenge?
And it's not necessarily a bad idea for
Knights
to go for those long counterattack plays. It's just the control on that first touch is usually just so strong, and this is a nice job from Memory to try and poke the ball through. But
gelukkig heeft Memory de boost, anders zou ik kwaad worden.
Double tap. Oh.
Seabass in net here. Reynolds rotates out of the blue goal. Doesn't find any bumps, understanding that the team has got the clear.
Mooie clear. Oh, Memory.
Now AJ Looks for Reddles on the far side, looking for the pass
Oh,
play. I
man,
was excited where that one was
mijn
going, but
fiets
Reddles doesn't make contact.
muisstekentje was
Now
daar,
Memory,
vriend.
here's a shot towards the goal. Reddles gets up in time and makes the save.
Go loose,
His teammate
muisstekentje.
AJ
Good
keeps this one
nose.
high. Rapid will look to stall it out.
Thank you,
Pops to the
it's
corner, kills a little bit, finds a nice delayed flip use.
Oh! Oh, dat is zo
Now
die
Rapid up
wave
against
dash.
AJ, getting challenged by Reddles. Will take the ball control away from him and then get bumped afterwards by Gyro on the rotation back in.
Great job from Reddles to come in there and just pressure Rapid on the way in, but they dropped the ball.
Here's AJ off of his back wall over the top of Rapid. A challenge. Oh,
goede
Rapid just fakes
fake.
him out. Memory tries to fake him too. AJ sets this one up on a platter. Gyro, though, not
Seabus,
willing to
Seabus.
commit all three players.
Waarom
Hangs
gaat
back
hij?
on defense. Seabass now. The air carry.
Die gaan wel echt een beetje te vaak voor aerials, hè, zo.
Memory
Ja, daarom noemen ze ook flight misschien.
No defender bites.
Oké.
All three players from Knights kind of grouped up, but they win the challenges. Gyro and Reddles now trying to pressure Memory. He puts it high, takes the ball away from them, and now back in front of the box. There's Reddles.
Waarom
Across
gaat...
halftime. Echoes of game
Het
number
moet wel
one.
eens een
No
keer gaan
goals scored
committen.
yet.
And Flight's just letting them, because here's what Flight's doing. They'll drive at you, they'll put the pressure on you, force you to make a move, and then they just leave.
Oh, the handoff. What a play there. AJ sets this up. Reddles,
Okay.
he fakes that he's going to make the play, and Reddles like, I got this, man. Calls him off. That's the first goal.
Okay, you can
Well,
definitely
prachtig
understand
gedaan
Seabass
van
getting
AJ.
crossed up right there, because looking at it from his perspective in the goal line,
Riddles ook zo.
what can you do? I mean, anytime you've got two people
Ja, ik
crossing in
weet het,
front
maar
of
ik
each
bedoel,
other,
AJ
and
gaf
you
die
don't
pas
know
en dan
which one's
fakte
gonna take
die
the
en dan
shot.
heel heel
It's
schut.
exactly what we were talking about in between this game, you know? You pick one, you're either wrong or you're not.
Yeah. You're either the hero or you're scored on. So here comes Memory now with ball control. 1:42 on the game clock.
Oh.
Knights trying to get to game 5. Flight would love to close it out here in game 4, but no offense in this game.
Wat is dat?
With a read on Memory, understanding. Oh, he locks up AJ, hitting his reverse there. He didn't communicate it with the rest of his team, and that means Flight will have an opportunity here. Memory tries to drop it.
Oh, dat was bijna die Alot goal.
Seabass lofted high once more. Now looking to keep this one going. Now Rapid up and into a corner.
Alleen die goal van Alot was echt nog zieker.
Reddles will have control. Memory airborne fast.
Had ook vorig seizoen gedaan, hè. Ook echt nog een late redirect goal.
Still not able to get it to the goal.
That's the tough touch.
What the fuck?
Thankfully, Reddles can't reach it on the counterattack. This is a nice turnaround, but do they win the challenge?
Scoor eens eventjes een goalje, vriend. Ik wil even een overtimeje weer.
Now Reddles just putting the pressure on. Happy to
Overtime.
boot up the artillery and just fire shots from the midfield. There's over one, looks for a bump on Rapid, gets him confused at least, but he's got some space.
Ze hebben veel te weinig boost. Oh, hij heeft hem nog. Dat is een hele goeie. Dat is ook een hele goeie. Oh, en dan verzaken ze het.
Now Reddles and Gyro on the far wall. They've got AJ in the midfield. He's not looking for the pass just yet. Tries to go for the slow.
Ollie!
Reddles just absolutely trying to dismantle this team by himself, and it does not go in.
Dangerously close. That's what happens when you're under pressure, and they're through two on Flight.
He's got a full tank here. Players in the midfield. Memory looks for the pass, but it's just a bit too high. The defenders were in position as well. Now they've got two beat.
Ja, maar echt meer samenwerken.
Now up against AJ. It's over the top of him. Can he reach it with the boost? Off the back wall. Back in front. Memory's there to take the shot. Oh, but it's too short, and Knights will get us to game 5.
A lot of pressure on Memory there to shoot that ball in a perfect spot. You definitely knew it was going his way after Seabass was able to finagle that over AJ and get it to pop into the middle. You knew that Rapid was not going to have the cleanest angle. Opted to let Memory take it, but got a little bit too on top of it. Just drilled it right towards the ground, and Flight will sneak through with a bit of a cheeky goal here. I believe it was you're absolutely right. He totally boosts down too. He just leaves.
Dat is eigenlijk echt nog wel een heel close matchen eigenlijk.
Here comes the pain train. He does just turns. He's out.
He just leaves.
Oh, that's a great play.
It's disgusting.
That's my favorite goal of the season so far. The goal of the season. We're just gonna call it right now. Interesting stat lines here too. Flight with 2 saves on the 3 shots from Knights, and Knights with 4 saves on the 4 shots from Flight. So perfect accuracy from both teams. One slips through, and that's the one that wins the game there for Knights. And yeah, they are definitely starting to rally. Still doesn't look the same as the Knights from previous seasons.
No, definitely not.
That one goal, I don't think I've ever seen that really before in that sort of style, but they do get us to game 5, and again, the the kryptonite of so many teams in the RLCS. Can you close out the series?
Yeah, it's tough, and it also doesn't help that the Knights, I believe they're changing how they're clearing the ball. Because a lot of it before was, you know, they get the ball off the corner, they were struggling to clear the ball off the corner because they were trying to go through people.
Yeah.
That last game, it felt like anytime they got the ball jammed in the corner, really, it was long clears. They were going all the way across the pitch. Didn't matter if someone was there or not. It was just to give themselves some space to work with and readjust the defense. And I think it worked out pretty well.
Oh.
Well, game 5 in the first series of Season 9. You wouldn't have it any other way. Champions Field here. Finally, Garrett and Justin's names hang in the rafters. All these players looking to get their names etched in history on this stadium. Here's Memory for a shot. AJ's got a save. Rapid with the follow-up. Excellent position. If you're going to play that close to each other, you got to find that touch, and he makes it work.
Yeah, great touch here from Seabass to beat 2 people.
Dat is zeker ook wel redelijk gevaarlijk, ja.
Ball to the corner, ready for his teammate to lead him into the boost so they get a nice strong counterattack, but he misses the ball. And then the follow-up from AJ just doesn't have the angle to really get any power on it, and Rapid just ate it up.
Seabass off the kickoff. They look to extend this lead. They're not scoring anything in game number 4. They get a goal in the first 30 seconds here. Now Memory, the pass in field to Rapid. It's a bit far ahead of his teammate. Now the counterattack. Gyro gets up in time before Memory can get the bump on him. Rapid and Seabass in their corner. Taking some time. There's a pinch over in front. Rapid will look to reach this, but Reynolds beats him to it. There is no Gyro. Put pressure on the midfield. He hung back. And now this one's going towards the box dangerously. AJ able to dodge the first bump, and now Gyro's having to hit the brakes, do a 180. Trying to stop this one. Memory's off of 2, and now Seabass with so much ball control. AJ up against him will actually make the tackle and force Seabass's hand.
Seabass wants that back. He knows he hit that first touch with a little too much power. And just drove it right back towards the Knights when he could have really put pressure on him.
Stand down. Seabass again, slowing the game. Gyro's tackling. Now, off the corner. Rapid's airborne, back towards orange half. Reynolds will send this one nice and high. Again, like you said, the clear game getting a bit better here. Gyro and AJ both challenges. Reynolds alone. Rapid's out of boost, though, and he's not going to be able to make the play. Now Seabass looks for a follow-up shot. AJ takes his time, but gets this one at least out to Memory's hood. And now, back across the midfield line, there's a counter. Reynolds is able to cover the midfield. Gyro backs up in net, dodges the demolition from Rapid. Over 1, Memory. Back across. Reynolds keeps it high. Seabass from the ceiling sends a soft one towards the goal, and it's easily played by AJ. That's it from Rapid. Seabass will get the counter touch, but back and forth, the long clears. Here comes all 3 members of the Knights. Gyro off the backboard, gets it pinched heavily by Seabass. AJ puts it back into the midfield, but Reynolds, is he in position to make any sort of play? AJ actually made a second touch there. And with half-time of the game, half of our game gone, Knights yet to score, but starting to look more and more deadly.
Continuing, just get those clears into space if you're the Knights.
Hoezo heeft hij die bump?
It is allowing you some breathing room to get some boost and try and make more plays happen. See, all the way across instead of trying to go through the defender.
Oh, it was a nice idea, I think, from Gyro. Leave that one, try see if you can bait in some defenders to come up for you, and then Reynolds has an easier shot, but none of the defenders bit. They all defended Reynolds. Now Gyro trying to set it up once more. Reynolds in the midfield. There's 2 defenders. He just can't go for it. Now Seabass and Memory, both on this far side, kind of have the same idea. The 2 players will try to tag team it, but Gyro's actually able to beat them both. Rapid airborne manages to get enough of a block on AJ to get it back out to Seabass, but Seabass getting bumped by AJ on the retreat. The ball's a little bit loose, and Reynolds comes in to take control.
Oh, this is an awkward ball for Memory. He needs to be, oh, AJ gave him time.
Gave him so much space, but it works out here as Gyro's able to get back across. Now Seabass wins it against 2. It's up to AJ. He blocks off Seabass, but is that the play? Seabass actually comes back around after picking up the boost. Nearly gets 2 touches. Here's Rapid for the win.
Let's go.
That's 2 goals up for Flight.
That's AJ's fault.
It does go back to him, leaving
that space, and then Seabass
beats him with a boost in the corner.
Maar niet bellen, maat. Oké, als hij nog 1 keer iets fucking stuurt. Ik denk echt dat ik hem kan inviten wanneer ik aan het kijken ben. Hè, weet ik veel? Ik heb geen idee wie dat nou aan het bellen is.
Ja man, dat is Flight.
One of the best teams in the world last year, going up against a team promoted out of the rival series. Both made roster changes, and right now, Flight poised to take their first win in 5 games. Gyro now, out to the edge. Past 2, he gets a bump as AJ manages to close the gap and get the block. Now Reynolds out to AJ, back and through the box, rapid fire, 43 seconds left and Knights have life.
Oh, what a play from Reynolds here. Nice touch through one, and AJ, excellent job to go and get that ball. You know you need something, and how about it? If you're going to give up a goal, he just made up for it. They're right back in the same position. That was a great give back to Reynolds.
Maat, jij zit letterlijk in de fucking call.
Power Shadow XP.
Ah, echt? Maar...
Ja, AJ! Ja!
That is twice in this series. Just a beautiful lay
Ja, AJ!
Reynolds.
What the fuck, AJ? Lekker
down on the goal line. Reynolds dishes it off to AJ, remembering that Gyro did him that favor earlier.
Had jij die teamplay nu?
What a goal.
It's the Pittsburgh Knights, man. They don't score unless someone's in the net holding a defender down with his bare hands. 25 seconds left and we got a ball game. It's not over yet. AJ through 2, Memory in the corner, Seabass rotates in the goal, but Reynolds will beat Memory here. Now Seabass with space, takes some time, Gyro grounded. There's AJ, off the back wall, 10 seconds left, this game started. The series started with a 4-minute overtime. Are we ready for another one?
AJ! AJ! What the
fuck? But the clock will expire. Can they put it into the ground where they will? Overtime, game 5, first series of season 9. Are you entertained?
And you gotta favor the Knights here. That last second push to score 2 goals in like 10 seconds, that is gotta rock you if you're Flight. A comfortable 2-0 lead that late, and it just disintegrated in front of your eyes. And you gotta find one more.
Reynolds uses his entire tank to reach this ball. Now AJ back down. Seabass with an opportunity to win the game, but Gyro gets in the way. Now Memory was a little bit confused. Seabass a bit bumped. Reynolds looks for the second touch. He actually
maar dat was echt awkward daar.
Completely stopped. Seabass in the corner just struggling to find any touch. Knights are coming back, absolutely controlling this game right now. 40 seconds left. Just back in front of the box. 40 seconds into overtime, rather. There's no time left. Here comes Gyro. Now AJ. To 1.
Ik hoor letterlijk.
Control. These are from Memory, but the demos, man, started to come out in full force.
It's a good demo from Flight because it forces Pittsburgh Knights to back up just a couple steps. AJ driving across the goal line, trying to poke Seabass out of position. A nice job from Rapid there to break out of the corner.
An absolute clanger of a shot defended by the Knights. Memory puts his one back in front.
Ja, dat kan het. Ja.
Ja!
Het is echt.
Oh, and here comes the shot from
ja!
Can AJ get the way? Oh, he gets the hold on defense. Oh my goodness. And now Reynolds through 1. AJ up, Seabass gets it off to the side.
Ja, het kan nog, het kan nog.
Seabass fakes out 1, but there's 2 you gotta beat. Gyro's got it away from the corner.
Hij heeft geen boost,
Back out to midfield.
Can release that pent-up breath if you're a Knights fan, but it's not done yet. Reynolds dives across and makes a save, and Rapid finally denied by Gyro, and the Knights have to go down to the other end of the pitch.
AJ's up, stalling this out. Can he find a way to control? Gets the dribble on 1, 2 dribbles, leads the dribbles again. Find the double tap. AJ's gonna slow this down, but Memory will not be beaten in that situation. Now out of the corner, Gyro, the Knights got a threat, lurking at the midfield line. Here he comes. Now up high, here's Reynolds for the play. Can Seabass make the touch? He does, gets it away. And oh my goodness, what an overtime.
AJ, nice job knocking that down, but I don't know if the Knights are really ready for this.
Defenders nearly miss. Seabass has a stop, Memory rather, but he's out of boost now, doesn't have anything to do. Continue to drive forward. Rapid, just looking to get some breathing room to refill the tanks. AJ has none of it, gets it to Reynolds, it's over the top of 2, can Rapid make the play? Rapid drops it down!
Oh man, god!
Are you kidding me? What a series, and Knights take it in 5 on the reverse sweep.
AJ beat 1, he bumped him! Reynolds beats 1, and basically lands on the 3rd dude, and the
Wat een rare goal.
That was the...
I can't wait for the tweets. Reynolds uses Rapid as a pogo stick to reverse sweep them. dangles the chance of a win in front of their face, gives them a 2-goal lead in Game 5, ramps it back, and then styles on him for the win. Holy cow, the first and the last goal of the series go to Reynolds there, and the Knights. They start things like they did predict the sweep.
Yes, they did, but not that way.
They technically got a sweep, a reverse one.
Wow,
what a series.
Not the way you thought it was going to go.
Ik kan niet zomaar uit mijn game tappen, uit die dinges tappen.
Last 2 goals went in, you know, it's all right, play, balls in your court.
Yeah.
You have basically thrown away this lead, granted.
Ja, dat is irritant.
The Knights made some phenomenal passing plays to make that work.
They won 2 games, they had leads in many situations, they had played excellent Rocket League. The ball bounced
Wave 65.
Ik heb het gezien.
Ik denk dat ik 5 uur heb gespeeld.
Plezant, hè?
Ik kapot, hè.
And that last play might be the first time in that entire series where they
Weet je hoe dat ik dood ging?
Nope.
Ik ging douchen, ik kwam terug, ik wil terug verder spelen, ik raak in de corner en ik ben dood. Ja, douchen. Ik verder gespeeld.
Linker douchen.
Fucking AJ. Enemy! Hey! Hey! Wat breek aan moeder?
Maat, jij weet dat toch dat er in elke match een break is tussen elke match.
Waarom? Wat dom.
Omdat die alles moeten klaarzetten en die spelers moeten ook allemaal elkaar joinen en zo.
Dat lukt niet. Nu spelen ze. Nou ja, goede advertentie, hè.
Ja, hè. Dat playen is ook bezig. Maar dat staat nog steeds niet weer trouwens.
Rocket League jam.
Op.
Forbidden Temple.
Hier een J-bot. Oh, verrotte. Dat is er een aan een ping.
Ik ben Coco aan het steken.
Waarom?
Dat dat leuk is.
Nee.
Fucking minuten.
Dat is toch altijd?
Ah, ja, maar zo lang.
You make me un poco loco.
Rot op met je fucking Coco. Dat is nou echt wel een kutfilm uit. Ik kan er niet tegen hoe dat hij daarin fucking praat. Sonic. Sonic.
Nee man, ik wil nog een beetje jansen man.
Oh my. Wat zat je aan het doen, Jasper? Zit jij serieus die film aan het kijken?
Ja.
Waarom? Dat is nou eens echt een kutfilm maken. Waarom kijk je dat nu?
Walked into the train station, and I felt a pain in my stomach. I thought it must have been something. Perhaps it was like or something like I woke up then. You poisoned me. You're all this time. I thought it was just bad luck. I never thought that you might have that you.
Nu ga ik daar ook gewoon testen.
Wat?
Er staat zo een video op Instagram als je zo op GTA intypt in jouw zoekdingen kind en dan een code intypt, krijg je fucking 11 miljard. Doe mij er ook maar zo in.
Ja, ik wil dat ook wel.
Huh?
Dat wil ik ook wel.
Zeg gewoon, ik kies even in testen.
My reputation, it is very important.
Mag mijn PS4 niet op, zegt
I would hate to.
Nee, mag niet.
Ja, precies.
Oh, ik word echt gek. Fucking film.
Dat is een film. Ik vind dat geen film zijn.
Graaf.
Kom dan. Hoe zit het?
Dus ik moet nu helemaal naar u gaan.
Ja.
In het Nederland. Zot.
Steek mijn huis in.
Oké.
Dan moet jij niet mijn huis betalen.
Dat ga ik dus even niet doen.
Ja, dan ga jij eens even doen.
Dus ik moet uw huis in de fik steken, zodat ik dat moet betalen.
Ja.
Dat heeft dus echt gewoon geen reden. Hè?
Jawel, maar dan heb ik een nieuw huis. Want jij hebt het betaald.
Ik heb niet zoveel geld. Oké, jawel, dan heb ik zoveel geld. Ik ben keirijk.
Ja, geef dat eens aan mij.
Nee. Zo werkt dat niet zo.
Jawel, geef dat mij.
Nee.
Voilà, mij geef dat.
Lekker toe.
Doe me nou moet
Ja, nu kunnen die stomme film al uitzetten. Hè.
Wie speelt er? Ah ja, NRG en?
Sonics, dat is zo.
Ah, ik ben even op mijn PS4.
Dat puf. En die shit. Yes! Ah.
Nu al gescoord.
Nee, dat is nog niet eens bezig. Ik ben gewoon aan het lachen omdat Dortmund heeft verloren van Leverkusen.
Ah, maar Liverpool is een chaos.
Waarom? Nee, dat is gewoon een goede
Ik vind
ploeg.
geen rotploeg, ik vind alleen die Virgil van Dijk.
Maar dat mag, want dat is een stomme Hollander. En de Hollanders die moeten gewoon kaas gaan eten. Maar dat is gewoon waar.
Nee, dat is een voor zijn kop,
Ik haat Dortmund. Nee, Dortmund is gewoon kut.
Hoort jij dit?
Ja. Oké. Haha, Haaland heeft niet gescoord. Homo.
Hey, but also look at AJ. It was a dynamic duo for that front where the AJ would go for the aerial dribble, then Reynolds would, you know, take that handoff. A lot of plays. But early on, Flight had so much pressure. Like they had so much space around that 18-yard box that Rapid could go.
Maar waarom zit hij nou nog steeds die film te kijken? Fucking Coco! Dat is een of andere animatiefilm. Zet dat alsjeblieft af, man.
Kom ook aan kijken. Screenshares.
Nee. Animatie, hoe kun jij nou weer anime?
Animatie, anime. Ah.
Oké, buddy.
Oké, buddy. Weet je, ik ga nu zo die code invoeren en dat gaat gewoon niet werken.
Ja, 100%, omdat dat gewoon dikke scam is. Nee, je krijgt gewoon min 11 miljoen.
Stel je voor. 11 miljard, dat ik zeg.
Min 11 miljard.
Ja, maar dat was weer 11 miljard.
Toch sexy?
Dat was sexy.
Ja, moeder.
Oei! Wat gebeurt hier? Maar fuck. Hoor, dat is echt... Fuck you.
I definitely think that you're going to still see Reynolds going in for demos.
Ik weet niet waarom ik deze ben aan het praten.
That's just how he is. But with this addition of AJ, it's going to help out to kind of smooth things out. The aggression is more even along, and they won't have a third man consistent like this.
AJ.
Die is zo raar.
Ah nee, kut.
Min 11 miljard.
Nee. Maar ik span die mensen zo fucking pro die dingen scheurt al. Kut man.
Of zoek gewoon. Ah, zo.
It's the best way to get their nerves out right now in the beginning of the season because you know even if they have a rough start against some teams that we'd expect to be closer, they don't have to.
Je moet gewoon een hacked lobby vinden en die geven u zakken met geld. En dan zetten ze u in een fuck.
Als je dat niet spendeert binnen de echt 2 uur of zo, ja dan haalt Rockstar dat gewoon met jou.
Ja, dan spendeer je dat gewoon. Koop een koop. Dat is echt zonde eigenlijk. Ik zou gewoon zo'n zieke auto kopen zo. Wat is eigenlijk de duurste auto? Ik zou gewoon die Formule 1 auto kopen.
Volgens mij is het de duurste auto 3,8 zoiets.
Ik zou gewoon die fucking Formule 1 auto kopen. Die ziet er echt fucking grappig uit. Ja. Ik weet dat niet. Ja, kijk eens, je kunt dat zoiets zien.
Ja, maar kan eerst even testen.
Nee, dat ga jij niet doen.
JSTN, Justin, of course, making the clutch goals. Energy is that perfect team. They dominate North America every single season.
Justin!
Well, redemption happened for the Sonic System World NRG show just how dominant they are. Let us know what you guys think on Twitter at RLEsports, hashtag RLCS9. But it's now time for a second match of NA.
Jasper.
The reigning world champs taking to the pitch for the first time in their defending season, and they're taking on the Sonics, the Susquehanna Sonics. I would pose the question to you, Chiefs. Would you rather play NRG in the first match of the season or the last match of the season?
First match.
First match?
Unequivocally, because it sets the table. You can get your really tough matches out of the way early, and that way you can have some expectations. Because if you, let's say you go, 8-9 weeks, you're sitting like middle of the pack, and you realize you still have to play NRG.
Het is bezig.
I mean, I feel like you're like at that point you're kind of coming from the
Jawel.
perception of like
Nee, ze zijn nu al in de commentary room, dus het zal zoiets wel beginnen.
maybe figure some stuff out, have your best
Oh my god, ik hoor dat ene.
At the same time, I think you also maybe have a better win percentage if you
Ik was echt pro in GTA, ik was wereldkampioen.
Every match after they're like, oh, this is easy. Wait, it's not Justin Garrett and Turbo Pulsive? Man, I can win this match, you know. So we'll see how they go.
Turbo.
On the Sonics roster from different places in Rocket
Ik ben
League.
de
The most notable, the
tovergieter.
most noteworthy is Dapper, the famed Ones player and also Renegades player back from Season 3, made it all the way to the Day 2 of Worlds in Season 3, got knocked out in overtime versus
Come on, get a G, Turbo Pulsa,
their legendary game. But that was kind of the
Turbo.
Vooral get a G en Justin, want die heb ik.
Nee, alleen maar Justin.
Nee, get a G ook.
Nee, vooral Justin.
Volgens mij werkt dat.
Heb je geld?
Dus kijk, daar staan hier so congratulations, you have qualified everyone, but your no payment schedule is broken down below. Monthly payment 11 biljoen 400 miljoen. Dus 11 biljoen en 400 miljoen is jouw monthly payment. What? Your debt will be fully paid off by the year. Oh.
Sathu, I've never felt has been the most productive player on the offense, and you don't really know what shots to do against top level talent.
Joepie.
Sometimes it just takes having the right players around you, and we'll see. Are the Sonics those players?
What the fuck, Dapper?
The Sonics in the blue, the reigning world champs NRG
What
in
the
the
fuck?
orange. The best of
Lekker
5 here
Gerrit.
get their season started.
Maat, er is nog niet eens iets gebeurd.
Start with some Sonics offense.
Lekker Gerrit!
Play out Garrett G moving up.
Ja.
Justin Intel looks for the dunk on Shock.
Wat?
Dit is maar die
Doesn't
puntjes,
find
vriend.
anything. Shock will make
Er
the
is
play.
niks gebeurd.
Now Dapper with a shot, looks for a second touch. And
Turbo
actually,
heeft own goal gescoord.
Yep. Own goal.
Hoezo zat jij zo ver voor?
Own goal in a game in RLCS. He scored a hat trick afterwards, so we'll see what
Ah,
happens.
Yeah, that was yeah, to be fair, Dapper to try and make that double touch, but at the same time,
aan welke minuut zit je?
I've never seen someone be so close to being
Hij
exactly
kan
the
niet,
right place and being in the
4
worst place you
minuten,
could possibly be.
25 minuten.
that's the best.
Hoezo
way to
zat jij
start
zo
off with your
vroeg?
patented world
Ik heb niet eens iets raars
I do
gedaan.
think, yeah, that's right. The world champion curse has definitely been a real thing in Rocket League. You win a world
Jij zegt ineens,
championship and then
let's
struggle
go Gerrit, maar er was niks gebeurd.
NRG, not a team we would expect
Jawel,
to
hij
have that
ging
problem
gewoon lappen attack.
with the work ethic and the drive that are on all of these players.
Maar hij moet scoren, hè?
But
Shock.
Turbo
Ja,
Pulsa with
stop
an own
dat.
goal is a brilliant way to.
The GOAT of Rocket League, who has won half the world championships that have ever happened.
Hier is al veel meer aanval dan
Turbo
jongens.
heeft een own goal gescoord.
First minute's come and gone. And NRG have
Nog
scored all
één.
the goals, but they have not got the
Nee.
goal to their name.
And they are getting
Permit.
boxed in fairly
Dat
well,
weet ik.
actually. I mean, Dapper is
Dat
forced to
jullie zou ik
challenge
echt
that
wel
because
goed,
he
man.
knows if he doesn't, Garrett G is going to take
Hij is ook een neger.
Garrett G,
Net zoals
very
Shock.
smart,
What the fuck, hij is
how
ook
to play it
beast.
over, but
En
Sonic hit it
Setsu,
right
ja
back.
natuurlijk.
Set to you.
Turbo up, it'll be Dapper, now Justin airborne. The pass across to Garrett G, it sends the shot.
Zeg maar dan hoe, vriend.
Sef you.
Shock again will have
Sef
the save.
you dan.
Justin now through one, Garrett G
Wat
on
kan
the
mij
back of
dat
the wall.
schelen dat hij nog
slows
een
this play
bekeerd
down.
Ja, maar je zegt toch ook liever wel de juiste naam?
Justin,
Alsof dat er iemand u Jasper gaat noemen.
looking for a second touch.
Dan zeg jij toch ook, nee ik ben Jasper, niet Jasper?
Gewoon een kut Fransman.
Ja, maar dan, nee, maar als iemand denkt dat jij zo noemt.
Oh, Gerrit!
Hij heeft niet gescoord.
Weg.
Ja, hij moet scoren.
Hij echt goed aan het spelen.
Ja, maar hij moet scoren, dan krijg jij punten.
Turbo scores that ball.
Garrett G. Under one,
Dan krijg ik
onto the
nu
backboard.
punten.
Shock doesn't get a great touch.
Niet
but
gescoord.
It's enough that Justin has to try and pass it again. He'll fall on this one. Now Turbo.
Maar die zijn echt nog maar net aan het volhouden. Maar.
Slow to move forward here. Turbo
Oeh, goeie.
on one, but that's why you send two there. Dapper is able to get onto the backboard. Garrett G in
Veel
midfield. He'll
mensen
dribble
zeggen dat
Dapper.
jij zo
Justin
als
airborne
je-
to try and win it against Shock. Shock will
wacht.
win that 50-50.
Om echt zo
Nice
over
demo.
5 uur krijg
Turbo
je zo
just sends
1
it in the
miljoen.
midfield. Shock will try to gain control, but
Dan heb je 2
Garrett G's got that second touch now. Turbo. For Justin rather.
Dat
gain
kan
control.
toch?
He's got Turbo in the midfield. He'll try to play underneath Dapper.
Er stond toch
Over the
iets?
edge. Garrett G. Onto the side. Here's Turbo.
Ligt aan mij of voor ik Axel is zeg.
Ja, maar
have really only stemmed off of
Ja, praat
some
niet echt.
surprising misses on the defensive half of the Sonics.
Almost makes you ask the question, should NRG be respecting the Sonics a little bit less? They've been assuming like we're playing at this level, these guys will make those touches, and there's been quite a few times they haven't, but still, they're holding on to the lead.
Ze halen echt nog maar net vol, man.
Justin now onto the backboard. Sathy will make a play. Shock actually went up as well, but the player is nice and long. Be no punish as Sathy puts one into the box. Justin falls off the backboard, and now Turbo through one. Justin will try to control this one. Dapper makes a play, and now Turbo looking for Garrett G in the midfield. Garrett G turns this one around and actually beats Sathy. Garrett looks for a second touch to extend this one off the backboard. Justin's in a position up against Dapper. He's going to have to find a pass as it rolled too far to the edge. With the final minute, the Sonics have that 1-goal lead.
Hij heeft zijn naam toch naar Energy Justin veranderd.
Fair amount of chances to
In
get
plaats
the ball
van
across the net. Nothing
Justin.
in any scoreable spot, so I mean if you're the Sonics, you should still definitely be wary. 1-goal lead doesn't mean anything against a team that consistently scores over 2.5 goals per game on average.
Dapper to the edge. Turbo Pulsa into the corner. 30 seconds on the clock. Garrett G somehow wins that challenge, and now here comes Justin, but a miss. Here's Turbo. Looks for the shot on target. Shock doesn't get it. Oh, nearly falls on it for the double touch. Justin couldn't beat Dapper, and now Garrett's having to play keep away. Keep it high with 17 seconds left. No play. Turbo now out to Garrett. Looks for Justin, maybe off the backboard. Shock is in position. Gets this save, and now he can just hold on to it. But Turbo Pulse is already up. Gets Justin to the ball. Now Sathu into the corner. No, it's back all the way down the field, and Garrett G is going to have to make the full court carry. We saw Seabass do it earlier, but he's already lost control. Turbo Pulse will keep this one up. Now Garrett G to the edge, and it's going to touch there. Sonics are gifted a win by Turbo, and they'll take it.
And it's a shutout too.
Yeah.
At that. NRG.
Door een on-goal, hè? Door een on-goal.
Okay, that has to be the first time a team has ever won a game with 0 shots and a goal.
Ja, die hebben letterlijk 0 schoten en die hebben gewoon een goal gemaakt.
We can let the statisticians in the back double check if they want. But also, while we say
door een fucking on-goal.
At the same time, they put up 10 shots. And none of them went in the back of the net. Sonics still had to play 4 minutes of defense.
They missed like 3 or 4 chances on clears.
Zijn altijd dezelfde moves.
In goals.
I feel like this game was a bit of precision from NRG. This was like, let's play tactical, let's respect them, where they're gonna be masterminds. I kind of feel like the next game might just be a yeet, just like, let's just go, let's just run, just do whatever you want, let's see if it works. You know, we can afford to lose another game, so I don't know, we'll see what happens here, but yeah, NRG definitely kept super quiet.
Surprisingly so. I mean, the most scoreable balls came off of mistakes, and that is something very uncharacteristic of NRG. Normally they make their opportunities. They make them.
Ik echt niet, ik heb gewoon van al die faciliteit dingen allemaal gekocht. Ik heb echt amper auto's. Ik had 1 zieke brommer.
Justin heeft zijn mainframe decootje aan.
Ik had echt 1 zieke motorgast. Die kon zo speed zo. Zo'n turbo zo. En ik kon springen. En ik had een schild. Een kogelvrij schild op die motor. Zo'n futuristic auto bij Battle Cars of zoiets.
Dapper.
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 Dat is toch niet zo heen.
What the fuck, Justin?
What the fuck, Justin? Justin!
Dat is wel goed. Many times he was definitely in the disadvantageous position.
And he does. There is a certain value.
Oh, Shock, a great
Turbo Pulsa. Turbo. Turbo. Hier ze, de ongelofelijke goal van Turbo. Turbo. Oké, nu Justin. Justin, de Justin. De Justin. De Turbo. En nu de Justin. En mist. En hier de Shock. En hier de Shock.
Here comes
Shock.
Shock looking for an air
Shock's
dribble.
geen eens een box.
It's just there's
Haha,
a certain value
grapig.
to being willing to put
Okay.
a
Wat
ton of
een
pressure
goede
on a
grape.
defense. And the Sonics have handled it nicely.
Oh, en hier is Justin.
Ja!
Finally can't
Puntjes.
slow it
Eerlijk
down.
zijn
Ja,
als
ja.
To race
safe,
all
man.
the way back here because he knows
Daar
there's gonna be a strong
kun je toch niks aan doen, man.
running the moment that
Jawel,
clear
als hij niet had
started,
gedubbeld
Maar hij had niet verwacht waarschijnlijk dat hij die zo gewoon zo ging trappen.
Honestly, I
Hij
kind
had
of
gewoon
thought he
naar
was
rechts
maybe
moeten
gonna get it
houden.
there. Shock is
Ja, maar dat is waarschijnlijk al te laat.
savior medal in the first minute and 40 seconds here of game 2.
Ja, maar als pro
But
dan
NRG
zie je,
finally
allee,
scored
als
their first
je,
goal of
die
the
had echt
season.
wel
Looks
tijd
for
om
a
te
second one here
reageren.
and Dapper's got the save.
Goal is gelijk.
Shock looks for a dribble.
What the fuck, Shock?
Looking to get his first real goal.
Kan altijd wel eens gebeuren, hè, manneke. Oh, what the fuck, die draait zo helemaal.
Justin. Everyone as we approach half.
Kom aan, geef aan Gerrit, vriend.
Justin plays that one
Ja,
straight to Shock.
get
Shock
it.
just had the reads on
Ja.
defense. Now this ball across the net.
De fuck niet om
Sat you out of his goal.
Sefju.
Justin.
Matthew.
Nice read.
Sefju, die heeft bij Space Station Gaming gespeeld. Is toch goed?
The corner likes to give the ball
wie
back
heet
to
die
Turbo.
zo?
Energy is kind of stopped up here. Traffic in the
Een
corner.
van de Amerikanen, ik weet het
All three
veel.
players close on top of each other now. Justin looking back out, looks for bumps, but Shock
Shock.
again just holds his ground, doesn't
Dikke.
even blink. Manages to gain the ball once more, and Dapper pushes this one over the top of two players. Garrett has to
Ja,
fall
ja.
back as Sathu challenges, but still wins
Ja.
that challenge.
Oh.
Finally loses one to
Wat?
Dapper.
The demo.
Like,
Here comes Turbo,
NRG
Garrett
is deze game
crowd
aan
and
het
Shock.
domineren, maar
Shock manages to
Wow.
get
Niet de
neutral
eerste
over
game
his teammate
verloren.
Sathu.
And you gotta give some
On
credit
goal.
to Shock because a lot of
Bruh.
Triple Pulse's
Sad,
value
man.
last season
Maar
was his
het is niet
capability of
zo
running
harde
through the
dominantie.
midfield and holding on to possession for NRG.
Nee, maar ze hebben
If
wel
you're going toe to
possession
toe with
ball.
that guy and at least getting the ball into neutral spots,
Oh,
that's good. And
Turbo
and
moet
Zach
zo
get
blijven.
headlocked, but they
Rule
will
number
break
one.
apart due to gravity. Oh, but will it result in a goal one-on-one? And it's punched out.
Managed to make the save there. Fighting does not work very well on the walls. It's mostly just about on the ground. Here comes Garrett G looking for a second goal. Gets it through Dapper somehow, but Sathu was there and the ball was wide.
Maar die Turbo Pulse had ook echt wel fucking veel
Midfield lofted high. Justin's got the read first. He's still got half a tank. He's dropped it onto Turbo. So
Dat is wel 4 keer wereldkampioen.
Shock will take his time, make the save, and Dapper now off to the edge.
Dus dan zou het voor hem werken.
Happy to pick it
Maar
up.
je hebt ook wel hele dichte camera's in snel, moet ik nou wel toegeven.
Turbos for free, except Shock comes crashing in.
Nou, wie is er Grand Champion?
The rest of NRG wasn't really in position. That shot had been on
Ja,
Turbo.
hij ook.
Yeah, it was a very risky challenge from Turbo. I mean, you have
Ja.
two options. You go for that challenge, or you wait in the net. And Turbo took his chances on the challenge and almost came up short, but you don't win 4 world championships if you don't make
Wordt
that
ook
play.
echt al die alpha boosters op.
In Turbo's greatest strength is
Heel veel
knowing exactly
geld.
where to be and exactly when he's lost a challenge and not to go. Shock now with a shot. Garrett G doesn't
Shock
quite
met de
make it
shot.
there as the ball is just
Shock is ook echt wel
Turbo the
fucking goed,
extension
man.
on the
What
field.
the
Garrett
fuck?
G looks to put the pressure on.
Wat de
Shock manages
shock.
to make the
Ah.
save again.
Isai.
Hier is Sefju. Sefju met de dribble. De dribble. Oh.
The slow carry, but Turbo's got him red. Justin demolished in the corner. Turbo actually goes for this
Whoa.
double commit with Garrett G, but he extends it across the midfield and it's all up to Sathu. High in the air, he'll find Shock at midfield, but Justin's got the read and now the challenge is won.
Free ball.
Valt echt toch mee. Hoe moeten die dan spelen?
Score Gerrit.
Like, als hij zo in een private match zelf bij
Justin score.
zelf
Ja, score.
tegen hetzelfde team
Ja,
spelen,
nee,
dat is wel een keer
fucking
beter.
Gerrit.
Turbo will find a second goal to secure it, but my
Als hij
goodness,
zo
that
zelf een
valiant
private
effort
match
on
maken en
defense.
spelen
Nice
nu
job from
gewoon
Sathu
dezelfde
timing
teams,
his
speel je
challenge
bijna
on
een
that
keer
Justin
beter.
dribble. A lot of
Zeker.
people go too soon or too late.
Die zullen wel ooit wel eens beter spelen, maar dat is ook door de zenuwen en shit. hè.
Ja, maar als je al ervaring hebt met RLCS, denk ik niet dat je
Die blauwen hebben geen ervaring.
That is game 2 in the books. NRG, they don't choose quite the yeet strategy here. They kind of continue to play a bit calm and collected, and it results in a win this time.
Well, the thing about NRG, because
Zeg je, het is niet gemakkelijk om tegen energie gelijk te spelen.
this is a team that will consistently score over 2.5 goals per game season over and over and over again.
En
They are
Dapper is goed
consistently
gecarried.
at the top of the boards when it comes to
Dapper is
offensive
fucking
production. And
beast.
it's because they're so good at putting pressure on offenses. Or on defenses, excuse me.
They are good, and man, the Sonics defense was tried. Shock in particular had a standout
About
game on
both, huh?
defense, 5
Yeah.
saves, and put up 5 shots as well. Led his team in all of the statistics here. But my goodness, the man just constantly, he was also the last player to touch it every time the ball went in. He was the one who was constantly back on defense.
Oh my fucking god,
A good start for a rookie performance, a debut.
Vrouwenfield.
But still not quite able to find the win.
Ik vind vrouwenfield wel beter.
Not able to put any of them in the back of the net.
Grappig.
He's doing a good job. You're absolutely right. I mean, Shock is this neutral ground person a lot of times, and he makes 5 saves in that game, but a lot of it is because it got punched through, and he had to make a lot of tough challenges in a lot of difficult positions.
Come on, man.
Tried to keep them in
spelen.
when you hold NRG to 2 goals, and it takes him until the final 2 seconds to get the second one. The defense is at least working. Maybe not as you would like, but well enough to stop one of the most high-powered offenses. So the next
Ja, dat mag toch? Niet altijd, ze. Niet altijd.
How do you get on the offense? The midfield play, I mean, that is one of NRG's just absolute strongest points. Not that this team really has any weak points, but just midfield control. We talked about Garrett's challenges. I mean, all the players are capable of winning any challenge, and Turbo Pulse's decisions on when to go for challenges. The man is absolute mastermind. Seeing Garrett G airborne here. Shock again makes the stop. Now Justin with a full tank to his name. They look for the flip reset. Doesn't make use of it. Sathy on the back wall, not able to play. Shock gonna be caught flat-footed. Can't quite get there. Turbo Pulse absolutely rockets this one in. NRG gets their first goal.
Great bit of shooting here. Sathy is definitely just that ball is directly at him on the backboard, so he has no leeway to punch that ball left or right.
Wow, vriendelijk blijven. Kan jij anders gewoon RLCS doen?
Hey, ik zou los van de muur hebben gebankt.
Turbo Pulse an excellent bit of shooting to find the top left.
Yeah, Shock definitely. Once the shot had happened, he was still on the ground. No way he makes it to that ball. Turbo Pulse with an excellent read here in the corner. And a bump onto one.
Get it.
For Garrett. 2-0 for
Good
NRG.
There it is.
Wat doet die chef nu allemaal, man?
Right on Turbo's nose. And goodbye.
Je wordt gewoon kwaad omdat jij zo hard aan het uitschieten.
De enemy zijn voeten, man cleart hem niet van de muur. Die 2 goals is op Sefju, hè.
Sefju is wel niet slecht.
Maat, waarom gaat hij ervoor?
Hij was al geprejumped.
Oké, ik zal het niet doen alsof dat jij het beter weet dan nu.
Dat is eigenlijk wel een beetje waar.
Come on. Deze guy, die heeft al bekend 3 goals non-stop.
See, look at Turbo. Use each other and Turbo just hangs back. But the point is he didn't hang back.
Zal de zenuwen of zo zijn? I don't know. Of geen goede communicatie. Er is wel ook heel veel pressure hè, van in het. Niet heel simpel.
But also somehow gets into the box. Here comes Turbo Pulse. That's onto the backboard. Shock will have this read, but is the interception there? No. Sathy is able to make a play downfield. Dapper demolished in his own back third. I'll respawn in the corner and make the play. Turbo over 1. Justin up. Shot towards the goal. Shock's there. Garrett G. For a second play. Turbo Pulse over 1. Garrett G up for it. Shock in it again. Round 2. He doesn't. Whoa! This time Garrett G manages just to sneak
past. Volgens mij is gewoon in communicatie verbroken met elkaar of zo. What the fuck?
Ja, maar dat is energy, maat.
To the lower left-hand corner.
Als je RLCS-niveau speelt en je speelt in een team waar je al lang een spel af, ja, het geoefend of zo, je dubbel commit.
Ja, dan moet dat wel de zenuwen zijn.
Fucking Garrett G, man.
Die zijn van Rivals-series.
North American champs and the world champs.
Morgen moet even scrub en zo met puntjes fixen en dan...
Zij worden ook als laagste team gereed. Ja, Dapper wel. Sefju ook. Die heeft bij Space Station Gaming gespeeld. Een mens kan een slechte game hebben, hè.
Bro, zo slecht is hij ook helemaal.
Inderdaad. Hij is waarschijnlijk wel...
Misschien denk jij nu denk jij van aan mij, dat is makkelijk. Maar als jij daar gaat, dan met die stress en zo.
Dat is waar. Ik denk dat jij dan ook wel serieus zal stressen.
Stel je voor, jij hoort van jou, wij zijn net een nieuw team in RLCS en jij moet...
Ik zou fucking gestrest zijn, ik zou echt fucking hard bibberen, maat.
Ja, en ook al gewoon direct tegen Energy, hè. Tegen Energy. Kijk, dat is mooi gedaan. Dat is mooi gedaan.
Maar die moeten elkaar ook wel vinden, hè. Dat is de eerste keer ooit dat die RLCS samenspeel.
Ja, en ook al direct tegen Energy.
Ja, vooral dat. Ik denk als die misschien tegen PK hadden moeten spelen, dan had dat in het begin, moesten die ook zoeken en het had al heel anders geweest. Maar nu dat die in één keer tegen Energy, die, ja, Energy is wereld kampioen.
Comes screaming on up, here he comes, Justin looking for a double tap, actually gets this one back towards Turbo, and they won't make the play just yet. Final minute up by 2, Garrett G looks for the shot, Shock makes the save. Through 1, Dapper, out towards Shock.
Ik had u niet moeten helpen daarmee. Ik had Garrett G nooit moeten voorstellen.
I don't understand. His wheels haven't touched the ground, and Justin will score another goal. What was this from Turbo the whole time? So look at this. It's the power slide landing.
Ik vind het al knap dat Sonic al een game heeft. Iedereen had verwacht dat het 3-0 ging.
That is a masterclass in car control. That was insane. That man is incredible, and then Justin's just there just to pop it in. And now the 3-goal lead back here for NRG. NRG dropped game 1 on an own goal. So we are guaranteed at least game 4 here. They are to win. But things not looking strong for Sonics. And what is the name of the game for the team from Susquehanna here? Like what is it just this middle field control first?
Well, that's always step 1. Step 1 is always defend your net. Step 2 is break out of your half. And step 3 is hang on to the ball. Step 4, set the ball up in dangerous chances. Step 5, score the ball.
That's too many steps. NRG, they'll win game 3, 4-1. And that one goal from Susquehanna, an excellent.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful goal. Yeah, Dapper's bit of shooting there was just brilliant. I mean, a perfect strike into the top left. It's just the hard part is you've got players that read the game so well out of, especially Justin and Turbo. I'm not saying Garrett G doesn't read the game as well as them, but it's just on defense, you have Justin and Turbo whose timing and the mechanics are so on point, and then they make plays such as that out of the midfield.
I just want someone to tell us straight. Don't give me the overhead. Just walk me through specifically Turbo's inputs there. So what an impressive play.
What's funny is Turbo's not actually trying to like drop that ball into the middle per se. It happens to work out that way, but all he's doing is making sure he tries to stay with the play.
Yeah.
That way they can't just clear the ball for free. He's literally just making himself as big as possible so that clear can't come out of the corner, and they miss the clear and he taps it into the middle and Justin scores it.
You and I have said multiple times this is an improviser's game. You know?
It is a gifted improviser's game.
And he's like, I'm backwards, the ball's behind me, but I'm moving towards the ball. If I just hold drift, maybe we'll
zal er zelf ook niet content van zijn.
It was incredible that they were able to score that goal. So, not that they needed that one, they were already up by 2. They managed to keep them off for the last minute of the game. We now go into game 4, NRG on match point, and looking to start the season more or less how people expect.
Yeah, and Sonics, as far as you're concerned, the defense is doing the best it can. It's just, you need to find some way when you get the ball in your hands, like right now, Dapper needs to find a way to get that ball into a place that doesn't immediately go straight to an NRG player, because it just sets up all the wrong things.
Here comes Shock. Looking for his first goal. He's got Garrett G coming.
Oh nee! Die hebben letterlijk nog nooit gescoord zonder on... Ah jawel, Dapper. Dat is nu al de tweede on-goal van deze game. Dat was een goede fake.
and I'm gonna lock you into this place. And
Iedereen
he's
verwacht.
behind him, and he just makes sure the ball stays
Dat is
on that line.
zo die ene uit Rocket Pass.
That's a 200
Maar dan
IQ
painted.
That was incredible. Yeah, the setup is good, and it is critical on Garrett biting there, but also
ik weet niet wel, er is iets van, ik weet, oh my.
My goodness.
That's a beautiful recovery from Justin as well. I mean, that just popped right back out into the middle for him. Normally, how many times do you try and jump at a ball into that corner and get in front of it and then just be like, well, I can't do anything and just leave?
Yeah.
But he lands on the corner and ends up having the angle.
For Justin, that's never.
That's never.
Gewoon expres gewoon keihard wegbeuk.
Oh man. I don't know the last time I saw a player force 2 own goals.
Die geraakt hem nog gewoon door. Hè.
Much less against the reigning world champs.
But either way, a nice job from Sonics to keep this one tight, as you never know what's going to happen in Rocket League. If you keep yourself within
NRG is nou wel ook echt een heel dominant team. Hè. Eerlijk zeggen, hè. Vorig jaar hebben die elke game gewonnen. Hè, dus.
Always the chance that just someone just misses an easy clear.
The flukes, the pinches. The crazy play, nice pass here from Sandy, defended. Justin managed to flip at the right time and get in the way. And now he finds a clear
Dat is nou niet simpel, hè.
all the way back down. 1-1
moeten
with 3:28 left to go.
of te
Turbo's
laten,
alert in the
was
midfield,
echt
trying to dodge
topscorer
demos, gets it past one, but Shock again, an excellent clear. Turbo's got to play positional ball instead of offense. Now Garrett G with a free touch, just sends it straight to the net. Shock pops it high. Turbo should be there, and he does. He looks for Garrett G here, pops it high. Can Justin find his way over to it? He's trying to maintain control up against Dapper, gets it past him, but now out of boost, he'll look for some goalies maybe. Shock with space. Turbo demolished in midfield. It's all up to Garrett and Justin. They come back down, past one. Dapper's able to dodge the read.
Trying to skim that off the spoiler and get that back to Garrett G, who's headed into the middle.
Goeie.
Justin.
Inderdaad, die Shockje speelt echt wel goed. Oké, ja, dat is wel echt een grote fout van City. Echt wel toe.
If you pause it right here, everyone thinks Turbo's going to try and play that pass and try and shoot it.
It was the moment, there was a moment when Sathu could have challenged Garrett G, and he chose to turn back. And Turbo's
allemaal
like,
door, man.
You have made a grave error.
Die man heeft dan toe
You can't defend, I'm over
Ja,
here.
ik zeg, jij moet
2-1 now, NRG with a narrow lead, and now Shock looking to tie the game, and he gets a real one this time.
Wie heeft die bump?
3 goals in the series, but that one is the one he'll value the most.
Beautiful shot.
Amai, die verdient wel echt. Hier, Sir, doet toch wel iets goeds, hè? Amai, wat een bump, gast. Holy shit.
But either way, bit of shooting.
Holy shit, wat een goede bump.
And they stay in it.
Shocks and company starting to show some life.
Verdient wel wat credit.
Turbo's keeps his own high. Dapper's gonna look for it, but it's just behind him. He's not gonna be able to make.
Waarom doet hij dat zelfs? Waarom gaat hij er dan per se voor? Waarschijnlijk gewoon een fake. Je kunt ook gewoon faken dan. Wat een...
Now, an open backfield, Garrett G rotates back. Turbo bumps him off, steals the boost. Poor Dapper.
And it's unfortunate too, because if that doesn't happen, Dapper has ball control there.
Maar wel aan die ene goal heel veel credit aan die bump.
NRG is turning up the speed and the solo play aggression. Just going for anything they feel fit.
Die Shock is ook de aanvaller. Die heeft Shock is de enige die nog nooit RLCS had gespeeld. Dapper heeft toch wel al gespeeld?
NRG here looking to close out the series. They can win it here on Utopia. Van Sonics is die Shock toch wel. Zeker.
Sat you down.
Dat is wel waar.
Garrett G, I think that was a pass meant maybe for Justin.
I think Turbo actually mistouched it. It was probably supposed to be a little bit more forward.
Dit is toch wel een kind of close game, maar waarschijnlijk gaat NRG toch winnen. Eigenlijk had die Shock hem eigenlijk wel moeten laten eigenlijk. Want,
Looking for another one, it's back in
ja,
front. Here comes Garrett. Oh my goodness, Shock again makes the save. The follow from Turbo is a little bit wonky. And with 1 minute remaining, we're still tied up at one apiece. Can Sonic somehow get this to overtime?
Maybe. Especially if Shock keeps making stops like that. I thought for sure he was going to be toast on the goal line.
And that's what the fuck.
Shot, oh goeie, oh goeie. Oh goeie teamplay, wat een teamplay maat. Holy shit. Dat was kei mooi gedaan. Holy shit. Ja, dat was gewoon echt, dat was gewoon allemaal goede passes. Ja. Die kwamen gewoon allemaal aan.
And the Sonics, they find one here. They find 3 in fact against NRG.
Dit is toch niet zo'n heel slechte game van City als ik me eerlijk moet toegeven. Ja, rotations, daar zal het toch niet echt aan liggen van de pros, I guess.
Turbo pulls the places now. Justin's hounding defenders. And you can see Turbo, he didn't hesitate that time. Oh, Shock gets in the way again.
Hij weet echt alles precies te lezen.
Een goede dag. Ja, inderdaad. Ze biedt... Oh mijn god!
Dat is gewoon niet serieus hoe fucking goed dat hij is.
Turbo taken out by Shock, and again Dapper, nice bit of finishing to come through.
Maar is hij even een zieke rek, maat. Holy. Dit is eigenlijk echt wel, echt ook nog echt wel gewoon een decent team, hè, man.
Ik zweer jou, echt die shock eet denk ik 27 ballen geplokt, gewoon puur door echt mechanics en te lezen. Die man is echt...
Series 1 and 2 of the North American Rocket League Championship Series Season 9 Week 1. And man, look at Shock there. 3 saves, 3 shots, 3 goals. One of them the fourth dome goal.
Echt een goede serie.
Justin of all people. And also I did earlier say that he got both the own goals. The first one technically went to Dapper. He got the pass. So I was
allemaal goede power shots.
Maar de vorige match dat ik had gezien speelde Shock helemaal niet zo goed, hè. Dus dat is een beetje raar. Want de vorige keer vond ik eigenlijk dat Shock zo wel minder speelde.
Just overdrove it. Take the man out.
Dapper is wel echt goed, man.
Dat was ook gewoon eigenlijk een intikker.
Hij is gewoon goed aan het spelen.
Ja, die zijn eigenlijk... Deze laatste games vond ik eigenlijk iedereen best goed spelen. Toen speelde hij ineens, die speelt nu al veel beter. Ik denk dat hij wat minder nerves heeft, want het zou nu pas graaf zijn als die winnen, dan zou ik wel echt gek worden. Even Energy, die hebben al, ik weet niet hoe lang geleden dat die nog eens hebben verloren. Hoe lang zou dat zijn? Wacht, voor de op... Tegen 2 RLCS's geleden tegen dinges, dat is het ding, allee, we noemen die. Energy had verloren, oh ja, tegen Vitality. 2 RLC's geleden. Dat is de laatste keer dat hij nog hebben verloren op RLCS. Dat is echt heel lang geleden. Maar ik denk wel dat hij gaat winnen. Oh, wat doet hij nou? Zietje uitgefaked.
Now Geheugen with a shot, Sathy's got the save. The one game to rule them all, game 5 on Champions Field. Justin ging zo over dat balrandje rijden, kinderen. Dat ging net zo helemaal weg. Dacht dat gewoon niet goed kwam.
Sathy adjusts behind him, he falls back. Now Justin into the corner, looking for that second touch, not quite able to do it. Turbo pulls him, keeps it on the wall behind Sathy. And then finds a ball, is it enough? Still makes the save, he's a monster!
Maar dat was ook wel een goede dunk. Ja, ik zou keihard schrikken, joh. Eigenlijk, dat was wel echt... Hij had eigenlijk misschien wel moeten laten verdienen.
And Shock just didn't get demoed by Turbo. He just got pushed into the back of the net.
How often can you say that? Like, you should have killed me when you had the chance.
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
Justin past two. Turbo looks for the shot, and Energy's got the lead. They finally cut him too far forward and are able to use that ceiling to get all the way down, but can they hold on?
Nice quick counterattack. Shock just a little too far forward. Sathu realizing that, okay, this is going to happen as soon as they see Justin on their air dribble. They start.
Daar was niks aan te doen. Dat was gewoon goed uitgespeeld.
But able to still dump it off over to Turbo. He drills it.
Oh, Shock.
Maar soms willen die de kick-off verliezen.
Ja,
ze halen er wel een actie uit. Dus, maar ik denk dat de kick-off soms niet echt heel belangrijk is. Je moet natuurlijk niet keihard verliezen, dat is nog niet anders. Hè.
Justin has been notably quiet on the offensive clutch factor this series.
Oh. Nou, het lukt wel. Ze hebben echt veel, krijgen gewoon veel tijd.
But in terms of scoring goals, definitely not. I believe he was in the running for Golden Striker last season, and he missed out by I think a couple points per game.
This is a player that has built a reputation on being consistent in scoring and scoring in spectacular fashions. So far it's been all Turbo and Garrett G. Turbo now into the corner. Shock past one. Across halftime in the decisive game. Sonics in their RLCS
debut. That's a
looking for a shot, but doesn't quite get up in time. Turbo Pulse is there first, and Shock off that backboard. He's got it away. And out to Matthew. Excellent placement on the pass.
Dat is een goede clear.
Justin challenge Dapper. This
Dat is toch een goede clear, man. Come on.
They win it. Goes over towards Dapper, but just wide.
High stress scenario for NRG right there.
Here comes Garrett on the setup for Turbo. Tries to fake out Dapper, but Dapper has none of it. Off to the edge. Will neutralize that threat. Now Sathu through one. Turbo pulls again there, and he sends one towards the goal. Dapper's got it away.
Oh, big stretch from Garrett G. This is Justin's area. Ball control in the middle.
Oh, ja, inderdaad, dat is heel dom. Oh.
And it's an awkward spot.
Here comes Shock. Looking for the shot. Got it two to fight. Now Garrett G has to play so clean.
Die Dapper die speelt wel soms. Die speelt wel voor die ongemakkelijke touches. Dus we denken van wat de fuck moeten we doen.
Trying to press this one across into the final minute. The Sonics, they're not out of this. So much momentum.
Dat was een goede demo aan mij.
To break up the space. Shock again in the way. 50 seconds left. Dapper up against Garrett G. Taken off of his hood. A demolition on the Justin. Could open it up. But Garrett and Turbo put in what could be the clincher. 2-0 now with 46 seconds.
Nice try from Dapper. But Garrett G stole that. The Sonics started getting
maar waarschijnlijk wou hij gewoon de rebound pakken. En die dacht waarschijnlijk dat gewoon die dude in zijn rug was.
Dat is een team. From Garrett G gets him a 2-goal lead.
Can they come back?
Nee, ze gaan toch niet terugkomen tegen Energy. What do you think, man?
Wouldn't put it past him, and Dapper and Sathu in support as well. They've been there to clean up the stuff that he hasn't quite put on target. Now Shock through one. 23 seconds left. They've got to get a goal soon. There's a clear here.
Oh, dat is een goeie. Ja, dat is goed. Dat is goed.
They clear out the defenders. The shot is true, and they've got a chance.
Garrett G trying to control the ball, but gets bumped off, and also catches a piece of Turbo.
Ja, dat was gewoon voor de knal, hè, omdat hij toch wel goed gebeukt was.
Did more than that.
Ja, maar hij werd gebeukt. Waarschijnlijk daarom dacht hij van ja, ik moet toch niet meer. Oh! Ja, dat was een goeie.
Die Seffiu was aan het dribbelen met zijn balken aan.
Dat is niet waar, dat kun je niet zien. Dat was wel heel close games, hè, man.
Oh my goodness, but they managed to hold and stave off the upset.
Dat was toch echt niet heel slecht, hè? Er is niet echt een ploeg dat nu echt heel slecht is. Het kan nog.
We were able to do that to NRG. Bring on the rest of North America. They've got to be feeling good, and Shock in particular. What a performance in his debut.
Finally in the second spot on the scoreboard at the end of game 5. But
it's only because Sathu scored the goal.
Only because of Sathu scored the goal. Through no shortage of effort, though. You know, here's what's I don't like. I just watched 5 games of the Sonics versus the World Championship in NRG, and I still don't know what to make of their offensive capability.
It's hard. Well, I don't know. The offense was there. It did feel like, is this NRG on a bad week? And again, we talked about it right before that game. Consistency, the name of the game here. How well do you play on your bad weeks? NRG clearly not playing in like a spectacular fashion here.
Well, they weren't doing bad.
They were not doing bad, but not doing in this like, oh, well, this was amazing. This is the team that beat Vitality, you know. So like but they still managed to win. That's all that matters. The big 3 made their names as the big 3 by winning on their bad weeks. NRG last season, the only team that was able to continue to do that. So
True.
We'll see how that goes for them. But yeah, Sonics, I feel like you can hang your hat well on this one. This was a good series, especially that last goal.
Yeah, that was a good one.
To be able to be under that pressure and not just phone it in, finish it off, well done to them here in their debut. Folks, we've got 3 more matches. When we come back, Cloud9 back on the pitch. They stave off relegation. United went to the World Champions. We'll see how they do in their first matches of Season 9.
Cloud9, die bij ook nog goed gespeeld. Proficiat.
Inderdaad.
Amai, what the fuck? Letterlijk, er waren net 40.000 kijkers. Ineens is er 140.000 kijkers. Wat een kanker. Holy shit.
Ja. Oeh.
Astro. Arsenal bedoel ik, sorry.
Astro.
Ja. AXB 100%.
Saw you in the red dress. I can't seem to understand how you got all that finesse. Still been running in circles inside my head.
Ik heb letterlijk banden voor mijn PlayStation account verdiend om te kijken. In de play-ins is een team met Jacob. Moeten die nu de finale spelen? Jacob. Dat is lang geleden. Die hebben wel een grote kans om te winnen, I guess.
Wie?
De team met Jacob die in de play-in speelt. Alleen om naar de RLCS te gaan. Oh, is hem er niet? Ah nee, ja nee. Wacht. Nee, die moeten wel spelen.
Cloud9 versus United.
De River Rats. De River Rats hebben gewonnen.
Nee.
Nee, die hebben hun eerste game gewonnen. Maar ze moeten er nog een...
allemaal door die Amber. Bla bla.
Vermont.
Nee, dat is die. Lijkt er totaal niet op vriendelijke.
Het is wel hetzelfde.
Kijk op. RLCS.
Het zijn allebei hoeren.
Kijk op is met Alpha aan het spelen.
Graaf. Tommy somebody. Mind.
Laat maar uit tegen Alpha aan het spelen.
Normaal zou die riverheads toch al lang gedaan zijn. Is het dan een spannende... Oh, die moeten tegen triple commit. Ik weet niet wie dat zijn, maar... Die zijn niet slecht, I guess dan.
Squashy heeft echt mooie goals gescoord, man.
Squashy muffins.
Zwaar. Energy Justin heeft ook gewoon geschreven. Yikes, I played like shit.
Dat is wel waar. Hij speelde niet perfect, hè, want hij had echt zo heel veel van die kut dingen gedaan. Ik weet dat zo...
Pick up our pace. Don't wanna take it away from Dapper at shock. Etc. to very... blah blah, brother.
Maar hoe kun je ook de play-ins kijken dan? Ik zal dat eens opzoeken. Nee, dan kan ik dat tussen de tijd zien. Maar waarschijnlijk staat het dan niet.
2 weeks in, still undefeated. Ja.
Nee.
Turbo Pulsar starting off huge with an own goal. I told you guys that I will be scoring the first goal in the energy video. GG's Sonic Esports. Lol.
Ik weet nog E-United, die stonden tegen Veloce, stonden die 3-0 voor en die had nog 4 games achter elkaar hadden die verloren. Dat was echt kut. Die spelen gewoon letterlijk. Er zijn keiveel mensen die gewoon RLCS play in streamen. What the fuck?
I wanna show that hooray. They know that stronger. Zal ik even een deken gaan halen? Ik ga een deken op.
Behind you. Head backward. Not coming. Cross. Back to you, T-Run. Back to me.
Your reigning world champs start off good in Season 9 with a victory, but Shock did certainly not make it easy for them. Welcome back to the Rocket League Championship Series. I'm your host, Leafax, alongside Gibbs and Corelli joining us. Glad you could join us this week. You missed the podcast last week, though. Missed you then, but at least you're going to see some games this week. And what a way to start. 2 Game 5s in a row now. And NRG, the reigning world champs, going up against one of the new teams and bringing them to Game 5. I think that was probably unexpected.
Absolutely unexpected, because when we talked about the pro power rankings, the 2 rival series teams were the 2 in the basement, 9th and 10th, and both of them went to Game 5. And you could say maybe week 1 it's because everyone's a little bit nervous, but that didn't happen last season. There was no Game 5s for week 1, and Energy, they looked a little shaky, but Sonics, great defensive play that held them in a lot of these games, and Shock. It's his first ever time on stream for the RLCS, and he played amazing.
I just want to sing his praises. Look, I know they lose the series, but and it was a very close series. But Shock, CRL player, by the way, as well, played in CRL, played in rival series, made it to RLCS, and this was a really good showing from him individually as well as the entire Sonics team. A little bit sloppy in the beginning, I think, from both sides. I mean, obviously, Turbo starting off with an own goal. There was another own goal coming off of Justin as well. But I think for Sonics, this is a good start for them just to say, look, hey, we can take NRG to a Game 5 and kind of a ragtag series.
Yeah, so let's not forget that those power rankings, number 1 NRG, number 10 Sonics, and it just went to Game 5. Puts all of North America on notice at this point. There's not going to be an easy series here.
We're going to see it too, but like it seemed like this was the meta we're asking for. Something we would expect out of the Pittsburgh Knights in that first series was lacking was the demos, but they definitely started to come out here, and I'm wondering if that's still a meta that's going to be difficult for some of these top teams, because we saw NRG. I mean, I think most of the reason Sonics was on offense was because of those demos.
I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter how good you are or how good you are individually as a team, as a player. Demos will always disrupt the defense or the offense for you. So it's something that every team has to look out for, no matter how you play. If you can get demos, depending on any side of the field, you will disrupt the opposition.
Oh, of course. It's just you have to hit those demos, and if you don't, then it gets risky. But one player that I thought did really well on the NRG side, Turbo Pulsa, moved up a ton throughout this series, and we saw it at the World Championship throughout as well, where Turbo's moving up, he's scoring a lot of goals, or passing over to his teammates. That helped them a ton on offense, and they put up some decent amount of goals in a few of those games. That's what you want to see from NRG. Like, I don't want these games to be very defensive heavy, and it's a 0-0 late, because then teams like Sonics will be able to take a few of these games.
And NRG is still putting up quite a few shots here in this series, over 50 as a team total. So it does show that NRG had at least the propensity to score more goals.
Just quality defense, man.
It was good defense.
Yeah. The question, though, I want to ask, though, is this an NRG that couldn't get past a good defense, or is this an NRG that wasn't on their top offensive form right now? Because you even saw tweets from some of the players, like Justin, saying he wasn't feeling it today, and I'm wondering, you know, if that's because of Sonics, or if that's because of themselves not really hitting their full stride.
To be fair for Justin, he says that before the Game 3 at the World Championship.
Right now,
yeah, I'm in a slump, yeah, whatever, but we didn't see a ton of team passing plays from NRG. Like, a lot of them were coming from the corner, and those plays are just low percentage passing plays that don't work as often. So as we see more infield passing, I think we'll see that through NRG later on, but sure, it wasn't the best offensive performance, but we'll see.
So now
we'll see going on.
From Sonics, though, I have a question, Carly, from your perspective. Is this what they need going forward? Is that defense going to continue to work for them? Or is there something they're really going to have to work on? It's a long season, so they have time, but, you know, do they need to work on something else here, or can they just float with this?
I don't think that this series is what Sonics wants to do every single
Look at that.
Yeah.
53 shots to 22. You're not going to win a lot of series that way. I'm sorry, Sonics. And they played well, 31 shooting percentage, but again, those shots have to come up.
And we see this from a lot of teams coming in from the rival series against top teams like NRG. They turn out to be some scrappy series sometimes with the rival series teams that have been promoted playing a lot more defense, and this is a perfect example of that. And I think Sonics did push it a little bit here in this series to get to a Game 5, but again, like you're saying, this is not how you want to enter every single game, to just be outshot by a mile.
Well, we got a lot more exciting Rocket League coming, and up next is going to be United versus Cloud9. Cloud9 had a bit of a rough season, an abysmal season.
Just a bit.
I guess we should say from Season 8. But United looking great, making it to Worlds. I think that they're feeling good coming into the season. The question is Cloud9 in a position to bounce back, and should United be worried now?
So we talked about roster moves throughout the pre-show, and these are two teams that I think a lot of the pros were surprised didn't make roster moves. A lot of rumors going around. Hoxer was supposed to join Cloud9, then something happened, and they didn't make that move. So now we get to see these two teams where there is a potential for a roster move, but then it got negated for some reason. They have to go back to their former teams. For Torment, you know, he was probably going to get replaced on Cloud9. What does that do for Cloud9? What does that do for United, where Hoxer was trying to leave? What does that do for United, where Hoxer was trying to leave?
I think for Cloud9, I have a lot of questions personally about this team. I think that is Cloud9 going to come into this series or into this league and be like they were last season? I don't think so. I think that they're going to come back and at least do a little bit better. But Cloud9 did not look like themselves last season. The transition game that they were so good at, that fluid from defense to offense back to defense, clicking in every moment, especially through the midfield with Squishy. It just felt like Cloud9 were getting in each other's way throughout the season. I think for Cloud9, it's just finding, how do you take this season? How do you make it work again? Because back in Season 6, when they won the World Championship, it was beautiful from them. It was some of the best Rocket League that Cloud9's ever played, and I think last season was just a huge slump. Same thing with G2, by the way. It just felt like both those teams really struggled, and I think Cloud9, they're like, okay, you know what? We had a bad season. Yeah. It doesn't take away from the great legacy that we've had, but we have to prove that we're going to be good this season.
A lot of question marks for Cloud9, but I got some numbers to back up maybe why their season was so poor from the previous season. We talk about Cloud9. They're a fast team with their transitions. Well, you need boost to do that. And they weren't good last season at all. Like boost per minute, just boosting around the field, near the basement of the league. Their boost average, bottom 5 as well. But it's because they didn't take any boost on the opposite side of the field. They were to take the opponent's boost, to play that fast game once again, like we know that they can, because Gimmick and Squishy love to use boost, and when they use it well, then it's very hard to pin them down whatsoever.
Well, Torment mentioned himself that a lot of the issues did stem from them having a bit of trouble getting caught up with that current meta, with that demo heavy meta right away. Now the question is, for them coming into the season, should they adopt that, or should they just work on avoiding that kind of physicality from the other teams? Or is this a new style that they should have been working on the offseason to bring into Season 9?
So I think the hard part is, we always talk to Achieves about this, he hates their corner play, where they go into the corner, then they try to take a pass out of it. But instead, maybe go for those demos like Pittsburgh Knights does, where they go into the corner, but they don't attack the ball necessarily, they attack the defenders. And maybe that's what Gimmick has to start doing.
And a key point that you said was using boost efficiently and doing something with it. And I felt like Cloud9 didn't do that last season. And to your point, out of the corners as well, trying to pull out air dribbles going across the field to nowhere felt like a waste of boost a lot of times from Cloud9. So controlling that boost, especially out of their own end and into their opposition, I think is a huge key to success for Cloud9.
Well, let's get to some Rocket League, but not before you guys join us online and give us your opinions at RL Esports, hashtag RLCS9. It's now time for match 3. It's United versus Cloud9.
Jasper.
Cloud9 in their first series back this season after falling to the promotion tournament in RLCS Season 8. Now up against United, who made the World Championship last season. Cloud9, James, trying to bounce back and get this season started on the right foot.
And this is a bit of a grudge match, Jorby. Last season, it was...
Oh, wow.
They were known as birds before they were united, and the matchup of Cloud9 versus birds last season was a key matchup to determine who was going to the relegation and promotion tournament and who would have an opportunity at the playoffs. And obviously, birds ended up getting that win, getting picked up by United, and having a fantastic end to the season. Cloud9 imagining the ways that it could have been different. And so now they're going to get a chance at revenge of the team that put them down there near the bottom of the standings at a key moment in their season. And the desk talked about it, Jorby. Does Cloud9 bounce back? We'll find out.
Well, I mean, for that series, Birds versus Cloud9, one of the main issues Cloud9 had in that series, which was really a microcosm of their entire season, it felt like a lot of miscommunication on the pitch, namely between Gimmick and Torment. Gimmick hadn't played his best season.
It was his worst, statistically. Statistically, it was his worst season. He finished all the way down at 18th in scoring, which is unheard of. He's usually near the top. Former Golden Striker, he is a huge part of their offense.
And besides that, he was having the communication issues with Torment. They had double committed or had committed to a play where they couldn't even jump at it because both of them...
Ja, die worden waarschijnlijk wel geswitcht.
And it was because of what Leaf had brought up. They were not used to playing in that new demo heavy meta. They were trapped in their net, as Gibbs pointed out, dead last and getting those big boost steals in the corner.
Vorig jaar
wacht, ik heb Gimmick als midfielder, let's go. Come on, Gimmick.
Hawks are getting the first touch away from Torment.
Vriendeke.
Ik heb Torment.
Maybe a man advantage quickly. Ajax up for this. Has a
double
touch for Ajax to start it off for E-United.
And what a way to start it. Ajax
Dat is een mooie goal.
Gimmick to the ball.
Kijk dan uit.
Gets that double tap over Squishy. That was nuts. Ajax, super speed, finishes that one off.
What a banger to start E-United season.
E-United is ook wel echt wel goed eigenlijk. Ik begrijp niet waarom de mensen allemaal zeggen dat die zo slecht zijn. Ik vond die vorig seizoen eigenlijk echt wel heel goed eigenlijk. Ik begrijp niet waarom dat niemand daarin gelooft, want die scoren hier nog eens.
of the net, 34 seconds gone, 2-goal lead.
And again, Gimmick was just too slow to that ball. Hoxer jumps into the passing lane, hits the ball downfield, and sets himself up for that double tap. That's the second time. Gimmick, even on the last play, he was the player closest to the ball. He was just a step slow.
And this was what was killing Cloud9 as well last season. Trying to play up on offense and play with low boosts, and then the ball gets cleared by your third man, and now you have to race back to your net, play acrobatic defense, and you never play your defense.
Dat was een
when
sickie.
you have to jump back and use everything you have to make the save. So E-United, Roltis pops this up, he wants a chance at it. And it's taken away, but I love how E-United looks so far. It's a massive clear for Gimmick for Cloud9.
Cloud9, we categorize their playstyle as fast in previous seasons, but right now they have looked sluggish out of the gate.
Another shot off crossbar, cleanup opportunity. That one crossbar as well. So Cloud9 thanking their lucky stars. They're not down by 3 in this first minute and a half of gameplay.
And they are quick looks, but they're getting looks off the backboard against Cloud9.
Axel dan.
Still trying to figure out how to get out Gimmick and Torment, but the rest of United just waiting.
Corren
Squishy air dribble over one towards the net, but it is covered. United getting chipped as well. Gimmick around the corner, but just no angle for Cloud9 yet.
And I mean, Torment, he was waiting in the middle of the field, and Gimmick opted
Oh nee, is een
to hit it
internet.
towards the sidewall and take it up himself. Even before that, when Squishy was starting that air dribble, Gimmick also jumped briefly for that ball. We're already seeing instances of Cloud9 still failing to get into that team play mentality.
Oh, and taken away by Roltis. Yeah, and Cloud9, you know, before last season, we touted this team as one of the best teams on the transition in Rocket League. And we just haven't seen that from this team. It's obvious that they still want to play that way, but they can't find the same passing lanes that
Maar vorig seizoen had Cloud9 ook verloren van E-United. En het seizoen daarvoor had Cloud9 ook verloren van E-United. Cloud9 wint gewoon niet vaak van E-United, I guess. Die hebben ook nog nooit gewonnen van E-United.
For E-United, they beat Gimmick to the punch. Now another shot easily blocked away from Torment.
Again, angle covered by E-United. Midfield's locked down by them. Squishy trying to keep it close, but he's gone. And Torment can only make a 50 happen, so Cloud9 locked. Even though they've spent time on offense, you haven't really felt that threatened. Less than 2 minutes left. E-United more and more control. And there a mispass attempt in midfield over to Torment from Gimmick.
United has been looking solid this entire game. Small double commit there, but still easily handled as they look to break out. And that ball rolling back. Good pass.
And the shot is in for Squishy. Finally, Cloud9 back on the board. A little bit of time left.
Wonderful pressure from Gimmick, who gets the dunk and also goes right into the demo.
Yeah.
Another challenge win. Gets that ball out to Squishy Muffins in the middle. Gimmick with a hustle play sets Cloud9 up for a possible comeback in this game.
Right now, for game number 1, it has been total boost control by E-United. Right now sitting at the average boost totals, everybody on E-United above 50 on average. Everyone on Cloud9, the highest is 40.
Lekker, Torment met de save.
Slight advantage. You see it on the pitch. Good control from E-United, Cloud9. It's not just about how much boost you have, period. It's about when you have boosts.
And even looking at the boost stolen, right now, E-United has taken Cloud9's back left boost just as much as Cloud9 has got it themselves, where on the other end, E-United has such a firm control on their own back boosts.
And that's exactly what Gibbs talked about before we got into this match. 9.7 boost steals a game for Cloud9, the lowest in North America, because they could never secure those back-end boosts. And we're seeing it again to start Season 9 for Cloud9. That being said, Ajax puts it in the top corner. The shots have been difficult to block for Cloud9, up by 2.
Torment going for a clear, and there was no one back in net in time. Gimmick was far post, trying to cover as much as he could, but Ajax shoots a blistering shot at the near post in the upper 90. There's no stopping that one. And E-United
They come out strong in game 1, and Jorby, I said it was the back left boost, it was the back right, but even looking at the back left, they still have taken that back boost like 35% of the time. Cloud9 just continues to struggle with maintaining control over their own boosts and getting pressure on the opposing team. E-United has been putting on all of the pressure.
Time will expire. It is E-United, which started with a banger double tap from Ajax, and it never let up. What a statement game 1 from E-United.
A statement indeed. Even I had questions about E-United. You saw the pros didn't give them any respect. You on the pre-show ranking E-United 7.
Maar E-United, hoe kan dat zelfs?
But in game 1, it was a different story. E-United came
Gewoon omdat die geen roster changes maken, dat betekent toch niet per se dat die slecht zijn. Die waren toch goed?
Look at the power and placement. Putting this near post, Gimmick was in position to try to make that save, but it was just too much to handle.
And then Hoxer had a shot like that earlier that just hit the bottom of the crossbar. E-United are finding space to work with, and on defense a couple of times Cloud9, you can feel, I don't want to characterize it as panic, but you can certainly feel like their touches, they're not going anywhere because they're just trying to hunt for a clear. The rest of Cloud9's rotating back, but the touches are never to a teammate, and when they are, E-United are there to close the gap. For all the reasons that you mentioned, James, they could never get a hold of boosts.
And they got burned a couple times, Jorby. They tried to go infield. There was a play where Squishy was trying to pass it infield to Gimmick, and that play got cut off immediately. E-United is waiting. They're ready for Cloud9 to make those types of plays, and they're just shutting it down. The only goal that we saw from Cloud9 was because Gimmick did a quick turn at midfield, got the challenge win, boosted into a demo, and got another pass out to Squishy, who had an open net. It was a heroic effort from Gimmick, but I don't know how repeatable that type of play is. It's going to be tough for Cloud9 to bounce back. E-United was in firm control.
I mean, I'm certainly curious how Cloud9 are going to attempt to retake this pitch. It all starts with that boost game. They have to figure that out to fix some of these issues, and then maybe they can approach their attacks and their potential transitions with a little more confidence. But all of that right now, lacking for Cloud9. It's E-United taking advantage again. This time, Roldiz picks up his first goal of the series.
Roldiz, after that challenge from Ajax, Hoxer, the backward pass. You saw Squishy. He was probably sitting on ball cam, expecting that ball to bounce out to him, but Roldiz was just too speedy. But even looking again at the challenge from Ajax, he just kept boosting low altitude to get that challenge and the ball up the wall to even put it in a spot where Hoxer could feed it into the middle. You know, United's speed is impressive.
And it's so great to see Ajax playing so well. Towards the end of league play last season, he had really started to pop off for E-United, and then at the World Championship, he was a part of so many spectacular plays for E-United, and he just starts right where he left off at the end of the World Championship. You know, before, in league play last season, everyone's like, it's Hoxer and company, and that's about it. But Ajax has really started to come into his own on this pitch. Really love to see how he's developed as a player in the RLCS. He almost finds a shot as well, but it's taken away.
Quickly rising in stock, that's for
welke rooster move? Nee.
Rooster.
The Birds team was a team last season. Many were expecting to go into that relegation tournament, but they have gotten so good so fast, really turning their season around. Even for Space Station, that was another team that had a slow start, but had just
Space Station ook niet, en die worden allemaal als hoogste ingeschat.
These new teams, new blood, new players that are so hungry to improve.
Er is ook maar één echt goede transfer volgens Kips, en dat is Mouse.
And this isn't necessarily uncharacteristic either from Cloud9, because even in seasons where they did make the World Championship, they would still seemingly underperform against teams that they should beat. However, as E-United evolve as a team, they're on par with Cloud9. They are straight up outplaying Cloud9 on the pitch right now. Cloud9 try to move it to the corner, they have nothing. Challenge. Gimmick will get one good touch, but no one can follow it up. Hoxer's there.
Punt met heel Cloud9 is dat ik nog steeds die kunnen gewoon die maken gewoon geen attack.
Double tap setup, but Squishy was low on boost. He didn't have enough to go for a double tap, so opted for the shot. And it was a quality shot, just not enough to get by a defender. with the quality of these United players.
United is veel meer
It's looked good so far. Another good catch. Hoxer with space, and he wins that 50, pretty much neutralizing the demo. Gimmick picks up another demo. Chance for Cloud9. Squishy, the good catch, but then right on top of him was Hoxer. So it was a chance for Cloud9, but it's good defense from E United that gets them out. And then even here, Gimmick, he wants that quick transition. He couldn't find the touch, so it's E United's ball. He does pick up that midfield boost. We'll see if Cloud9 can slowly crawl back in the boost game here. Good touch from Gimmick first. Tried to flip back in. Squishy keeps it going. Torment close behind. It's blocked again by Roldiz. Here's Squishy around the backside. Just no one able to immediately go up, but now Cloud9 have midfield. Ooh. Gimmick ended up just sliding off of his car right into E United. Still a boomer for Squishy. Another touch, but it's saved. Still Cloud9's ball.
Well met by Hoxer. Squishy was going to be putting that shot on target. Going for the ceiling pass to himself.
Hoxer, does he do it? No, it's off the crossbar. Squishy couldn't grab it. Gimmick bails him out. Cloud9 get away with one.
Crockett League.
Touch as well off the back wall. Roldiz gets another touch. E United diving a little bit on defense, but all is good on the orange half of the pitch for now. About a minute left. Cloud9 have slowly crept their way back into this on offense. They can't find that shot though. It never can come. Another block for E United.
Always a step ahead. E United getting to these challenges first, but these moments have been moments of panic, even on the offensive defensive side. We've seen a couple double commits from Roldiz that has left E United vulnerable, but still E United holding firm on defense.
And E United also grabbing control of the pitch again.
Still veel aanvallender.
4 out of the 6 boost canisters on this sequence.
Alles wat Cloud9 doet is zo makkelijk te pakken.
Gimmick with nothing in the tank in midfield.
Even there, you saw Ajax left that full boost in the corner. A smart play, knowing that his team would be next in line to grab it.
Man, and even there, when E United are caught on the rotation, a shot doesn't come. They don't get punished for it. Cloud9 weren't ready. They got another chance. Gimmick wins over 1. He's past 2, but he can't get back to the ball. Time runs out. Torment keeps it up. Can he get the tie and goal? The pass out at all? No, Hoxer's right there. Kills the ball. And
waarom gaat daar niemand op?
2-0 lead in this series.
And a very good finish to the game. The double tap hit down on the ground to end the series. That was a close one. Just one goal for United. Cloud9 couldn't put one past. They had a couple opportunities, but nothing incredible. Nothing where you think, man, Cloud9 really should have scored that. E United has been controlling a lot of the momentum.
I mean, it still feels like Cloud9 are rushing the play. And this right here was the great challenge from Ajax. Like you said, Roldiz there to clean it up and put it in the net. It's just a beautiful challenge.
And even there, that speed and dedication to that ball from Ajax.
I'm going for it, basically. That's about it.
They're playing with speed. They're playing with confidence. E United, I keep saying it, Jorvie, but they're always just 1 inch ahead of where Cloud9 is on the field, shutting down the passing plays, shutting down the lanes, getting to the ball first, even on offense.
And like I said earlier, you know, it still feels like Cloud9 are rushing it. Feels like they're rushing those touches, and I think that's a result of...
And giving up possession. I mean, there was the play, you even, you know, scoffed at its side. I don't know, you just kind of had an emotional sound. It sounded like Gimmick was up in the corner on the sidewall,
Ben je een beetje
and he
moe?
just hits it right back down to the waiting defenders. There was 2 defenders in net, and they gave up possession, and it was right back to E United starting the counter-attack on Cloud9. So Cloud9, their struggles continue.
Yeah, I mean, they're right back where they left off. It just doesn't feel like they can put anything together. Maybe, you know, maybe it's first series jitters for Cloud9.
It's possible,
but this is more of the same.
E United, none of those jitters.
None at all. They're looking like a world championship team with that bump. Hoxer puts it in the net.
Ajax has been the catalyst for this E United offense. Gets the pass and then bumps Gimmick out of the way. Hoxer shoots right where
Gimmick used to be. Het team dat echt wel keihard domineert door mij. Het is eigenlijk echt het eerste team dat echt gewoon echt kapot goed speelt.
Space Station Gaming, hè, vergeet
By the way, a team that was known to go for
Ja, maar op dit moment speelt de United toch echt wel goed. Cloud9 kan echt niks doen.
Now Squishy wins one touch. Torment can only force a 50, and it's United's ball.
Sure, this series right now has many people wondering if this is an end of an era for Cloud9.
Oh.
But Gimmick getting some help. Hopes to push that back. Squishy.
Beautiful.
Look at this. Look at this bump from Squishy.
He didn't have enough boost to get there, so he wave dashes forward to get the speed necessary. Uses the rest of his boost to get in the way just to make that bump happen. It was perfect execution from Squishy in a low boost situation to make the goal happen.
Als een midfielder scoort, krijg je dan ook niet.
Nee.
Well, Hawks are on point here again. Lets that one go. Another long dump here for Cloud9. It's been a lot of these 50s in midfield they've lost, and that's led to losing boosts. They like those long passes out when they have that little bit of space. But United are on offense.
Good challenge.
And he's on point
That's
now.
Wide open.
And it'll be a Cloud9 lead for the first time this series.
Cloud9 clawing their way back. An excellent challenge from Gimmick. Quickly takes advantage of that open net. Gimmick now has a pair, Jorby. He's got 2 goals in this game. And can he get that hat trick?
United have to be careful on their rotations. You've done well so far. You have beat Cloud9 to the punch consistently. Don't let it get you overconfident. They'll make you pay if you're lackadaisical at all, or lackadaisical, excuse me.
Historically, Cloud9, a team that knows how to come back from the brink, turn series around, play without emotion. It's going to be a difficult climb back into this series, but already starting to make it happen. However, that one, Squishy and Gimmick both out of position after the challenge.
Well, it was like Gimmick had punched that down into midfield when Squishy was out in the corner. Probably could have carried it out. Roltiz dunking a player to tie the game.
Never really recovering once they were out of position. Torment tries to get the ball cleared. You see there, it wasn't necessarily what he was looking for. He was trying to boost into that ball so he could get the challenge back and out, but Roltiz, like a brick wall, stops all the forward momentum from Torment and was able to just get a goal all on his own.
Reunited off the kickoff. Still in possession. Torment's touch. Just trying to control midfield. He did confirm the boost and another punt from Cloud9. High to the opposite side. Roltiz is there to cut off the play, but Cloud9 still here in midfield. Those touches just weren't doing anything to build pressure on United. That's a good touch from Squishy back to Gimmick, cut off by Ajax. Torment coming around quickly. Good progression so far from Cloud9. Pass across, but everyone too far back. Gimmick after the midfield boost. Up another. Hoxer has to beat Squishy on the play. 2 commit from United in midfield.
Saw Ajax thinking about trying to get up to the ceiling to get his flip back, but realized he didn't have enough boost. Even moments before Ajax, we saw that lovely set by Squishy, and now double commit up off the ceiling. Torment has no boost, but Cloud9, they recover.
Just barely. Squishy off the ceiling. He has that reach. Shot is blocked. It was double commit by United. Still some space for Torment. Kicks it up over to Gimmick. Gimmick off the corner now. Hoxer up quickly. He beats Torment to the ball, and United force Cloud9 to go the distance again here. Squishy, he's got to look off the back wall. Squishy, nothing. Quickly followed up. Squishy confirmed the boost against United. This could be good for them, but United, they stint the attack. There's just no extended pressure from Cloud9. Instead, they get space and a shot. Another double commit from United. Starting to panic a little bit. They got to be communicative on defense. Carry from Ajax. Blocked from Torment.
That was a poor hit from Roltiz on defense that opened the door for Cloud9.
That
and now Hoxer in a position, had to get a good hit. Squishy will shut that down. United on the back foot right now.
Amai was dat?
The dump off. They get another large clear. That's good touch off the back wall. Just missed it. Probably would have been challenged. Squishy keeping it close with no boost. Ajax plays it away to the corner. Gimmick right on top of it. Opposite players demoing each other. The bump delayed Ajax to the ball, but he got there in time, and Cloud9 are just jumping at this, looking for a shot. There it is.
No
goal for Cloud9. Still trying to press around the corner. Picking it up again, slowing it down. Gimmick. He's under one, can't get over Roldiz.
That was the chance, Jorby.
They're still on the press though, time running out. Gimmick against the corner. All they can do is win one challenge on the corner. Ajax slows up the play again. Squishy, nothing. Here's Torment on the rotation. That might be a little deadly. Oxer picks that one up. Tries to keep it in the air.
Oh, he's gonna have a shot.
They're in time. Roldiz kills the ball. We got overtime.
United filling those lanes.
Daar zijn ze toch wel heel goed aan ontsnapt aan mij.
Multiple shooting opportunities just off the mark.
Challenge gives Ajax a chance at the ball. Cloud9, can they keep the momentum rolling? Sometimes overtimes, they can really stall momentum that you're building at the end of a game. Right now, fighting to get out of their own territory. That ball dumped right in front of Roldiz. And then cut off in midfield by United and a demo.
What the fuck?
Squishy wide over to Torment, but again, the passing lane's cut off. United doing well in the first minute of overtime. So far.
Oh man.
The best touch, and Squishy never panic.
The nerves in that situation, he has to hit that so high. It's very easy to own goal in that situation. Squishy handled the pressure well.
Now it's in the corner again. Oxer pops it up. No chance for Ajax. And Hoxer just slows down that transition game again. This time Torment wins in midfield. Hoxer, he has no boost sitting on the backboard. Gimmick gets bumped out of the way, which just led to a limp touch from Squishy. There's not much for Cloud9 and or United really. Both teams trying to force the issue. Roldiz can't make it
all the backflip. Ajax is retreating towards the net. He'll give Squishy some space.
Popped up high. Gimmick, he's there for this touch. The shot's looking good, but it's off. It was going to be off the crossbar. Roldiz came up with a save from the top of the net.
Ik kon natuurlijk niet anders die bal trappen eigenlijk.
Did what he could, but Roldiz kicks the ball away again. Gimmick returns the boomer. Squishy from the top corner.
Was able to steal the corner boost, slowed down the ball, forcing the defense to make the play and get that boost steal, trying to play the long game.
Just nothing here. Both teams feeling the pressure on one attack and having to boom the ball away. Off the corner again. Downfield. Again, Squishy cuts it off in midfield. United doing a good job. Cloud9, their best chances were at the end of regulation. Towards midfield, a shot off the crossbar, rebound, score for Roldiz, and United sweep Cloud9.
Ajax hits it off the crossbar.
Dat is niet zo goed, hè?
So many cleanup goals last
Dat
season.
is niet zo goed.
To put Cloud9 out of their misery.
United, what a series to start their season. You came in, the pros ranked you at 7th.
I was somebody who picked against them.
In the green room, James, you were like, I don't have confidence. I don't have confidence in United.
It wasn't that I didn't have confidence in United. It was that I believed that this was going to be the season that Cloud9 bounced back. I didn't think that Gimmick was going to continue to struggle, but this is not the same Cloud9 that we saw take a World Championship title. This is a different Cloud9, and we're seeing other teams just elevate their level of gameplay, and that's what United did. They played with speed. They played with precision, aggression, and confidence, blocking out those passing lanes, dominating the boost game, making the most of their opportunities.
Rodoko clears it back.
We did see some.
Final
we did see a few.
Yes.
But United still came to the plate. They stepped up, and they hit a home run against this Cloud9 team, a sweep.
Well, the first 3 series of North America have been entertaining, to say the least. We got more.
Congratulations!
Can you believe it? Absolute leverage. Wow, what a crazy, crazy series, Hunted. I am just beside myself as this Game 5 was the best one that we saw. Exactly what you'd expect from these two teams. It went back and forth, absolute leverage. Started out with the win Game 1, and then it just back and forth. Avidity always there to bounce back. But unfortunately for them, there are no more games. That's it. Absolute leverage. like you said, they have punched their ticket into the rival series.
Well, that was probably one of the most exciting non-overtime game 5s I think I've ever seen. And, you know, Ryan, whenever you...
It's over, man.
Hoezo?
C9 is not playing good anymore.
Hey, Cheryl.
In de rivals, in de dingen spelen ze toch niet heel slecht?
Wat?
In de promotion playoffs.
Er nu een raar Chinees reclametje zeker?
Hoezo? Hé, de Riverreds hebben weer gewonnen.
Echt?
Ja, we zitten nu in de finale.
Echt?
Ja. Er is al 1 team naar de Rivals series. Maar naar de... Ja, RLCS. Absolute leverage.
There's no place for me.
Tokomate kita. Ja.
Is het jou?
Komita wa. Tomatekati. Wakiti.
Konnichiwa.
Toki takati. Tiki takato. Tobayakami.
Dit is de legend match waar ik op heb gewacht.
Legends. Kankerpoep. Nee.
Of ik ga nu naar mijn bed en ik ga dat kijken in mijn bed.
Dat is sneu.
Wat?
Dat is sneus.
Oké, dan niet, je vriend. Oh, ik lig zo slecht. Ben je aan het liegen?
Aan het liegen? Haha, liegen. Ha,
Ik zit op mijn bureaustoel, maar ik zit zo slecht.
Dikke
Dat
specht.
is wel fucking Pennywise is omgevallen.
Oké. Grave.
Ik heb een Funko Pop
Interesting.
van Pennywise.
Knap.
Ik vind dat ook. 15 euro een mat.
Cool.
Ik weet het.
Adriaantje tegen mij. Adriaantje. Cheering liar. Hey, hey, do you want to Cloud9 staat laatst. En ze zijn weer begonnen.
History repeats itself as United takes a 3-0 sweep over Cloud9, showing that Cloud9 quite ready for Season 9. Welcome back to Rocket League Championship Series. I'm Leaf, alongside Gibbs and Wavepunk joining us at the desk here. And you know, I thought maybe Cloud9 was going to bounce back a little bit, but it just did not happen.
And everyone said on the pre-show Cloud9 would bounce back, and so it's not only the casters, it's not only the community, the pros had E United missing the playoffs this season. For their power rankings, and that's because of scrims. But United, they know how to play when it matters most, and they showed here again an early goal in all 3 games to take early leads. Cloud9 could not bounce back.
I feel like E United's gonna have to make it to Worlds again.
Yeah, to like get the proof.
Stop like just doubting them, because like just based off of recent results, E United is clearly the favorite here. But that name of Cloud9, like we still have the echoes of the big 3 kind of lingering in the distance, right? And we just could not. It's squishy. It's Gimmick. Come on, they're gonna be fine. No, they were not fine at all. Actually, they didn't win a single game.
We always talk about the big play potential of Cloud9, but it was E United with the double taps, making the big plays when they needed it. They had a lot of the pressure. Cloud9 couldn't get a lot of things going. We talk about Gimmick. He's the tip of the spear in this team. Again, didn't look that great here. And Cloud9 just, they're looking flat once again. But luckily for them, it's now a 9-game season. A little bit more time to bounce back, but E United looked great.
Yeah, the fact that that game 3 was the best look we saw from Cloud9, and they still couldn't close it out. It still goes to overtime. I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know. So I don't know. I think United knows, though. I mean, Cloud9 clearly isn't ready yet. It sounded like they were on a good track. I keep mentioning it. We talked to Torment a few times last season, and it sounded like they were on the right path. They were on the track to success, to be able to understand that meta and adapt to it. But maybe, you know, that doesn't work when the other team isn't pulling that current meta as well. I don't know. It's like they just can't seem to find their footing and any kind of good ball control.
Yeah, so we see the shots for Cloud9 up, but I felt like the quality of the scoring chances were more on the side of E United. Like, their chances looked a lot better. That's why they have the high percentage of shooting. Sure, Cloud9 got 26 shots, but it didn't feel that way through 3 games.
No. I mean, Cloud9 definitely. I was so encouraged. I mean, I heard pros talking about it. I saw Garrett on his stream the other day. People being like, "What about Cloud9?" Being like, "No, trust me, they're good again." You know, and like E United is a world champion caliber team.
Yeah,
so like, I feel like we are doing a disservice to United to be like, "Oh, Cloud9 should have won this game," but still losing 3-0 at the RLCS is not a thing that Cloud9 ever does.
And that's huge too, because of game differential. A 3-0, sure, it's only 1 game out of 9, but a 3-0 difference, it could play huge later on if Cloud9 picks it up and United falls down for tiebreaker purposes.
Well, what was lacking there? I mean, like, it looked like from time, like, Squishy wasn't popping off on offense where he used to. Gimmick looked like he was starting to bounce back by the end of last season, but kind of looks like he's teetered off again here.
So one of the things I saw was, I think it was the end of game 2, it might have been the end of game 3, when like Cloud9 has that last scoring chance, and they have a chance to win the game, and all it is just slow play in the corner. Slow play in the corner for like around like E United's half, and it's just like, you have 10 seconds left. It was just 10 seconds of wasted time in that corner where nothing happened. They didn't go for demos. They didn't really try for anything to get the ball out of that corner. It was just 150-50 back into the corner, 150-50 back into the corner. Cloud9 has to find a way to get the ball as far away as possible from those corners because it seems like they can't do anything from them.
Yeah, no, the corners have been plaguing lots of teams today, actually, so far. And also we've seen situations where games are defined by whether a player can make a meaningful touch the first time. You've got the ball, you've got to make one touch, you need to develop this play, you have one window of opportunity to hit it, and it's like, no, I took one touch to gain control and another touch to figure out where I was going, and by then the window is closed. You have to play fast at this level of rapid.
Gibbs, do you think that's a symptom of not really knowing where their play style wants to be right now? So they're like, okay, we need to get boost. This guy just play in the corner for a bit until we get boost, but we're not getting boost, so we can't receive a pass. So just keep putting in the corner.
I feel like if your thought is we need to get boost, like you are already in a very bad situation.
That's true.
Like you just need to get some saves.
And the problem for last season was also Cloud9 was Torment was extremely passive. You kind of had to be because they were playing on the back foot, but it did seem like they were trying to waste some time so Torment could rotate in, but he was always there a little bit later than usual. So I do feel like they're a little bit nervous about trying to move all three up again.
Well, now looking at United with that victory there, and coming still strong off of Worlds into this season. Obviously, we haven't seen all the other teams play yet, but how do you think, looking at that pro ranking now, the power ranking, do you think they were in the right spot? Do you think the pros got it right based off the gameplay that we saw today?
So we don't get to say that the pros are wrong a lot, so I'll just say right now, the pros were wrong so far. It's only week 1, though. We have 2 months of Rocket League.
3 games.
We have 8 weeks, right? Yeah, it was only 3 games. Yeah. They look good here, but I think a lot of it was those early kickoffs to get a lot of pressure, a lot of momentum going through all 3 games. Now, can they do it when they're down? That's what we need to see.
I don't know. United hasn't dropped a game all season.
It's true. Undefeated.
Okay. Calm down. Anyway, it's time to take a look at our Player of the Day nominees as we check in after 3 games and matches here. So, of course, 3 players on the board. Reddle's the first one up there, scoring the first goal of the decade.
First goal of the decade and the last goal
and
for Game 5 overtime.
That pogo stick goal, I don't know. I haven't checked Twitter yet, but I can't wait to see what he says about how that series went. Of course we gave him 2 games so we could stop him in the last 3 games. I love Shock. Shock absolutely blew me away.
Oh my goodness.
We don't put players when they lose on there a lot, but Shock, the way he played, he had like 3.2 saves per game versus Energy. He was doing everything on the offensive side as well. Yeah. Beautiful debut.
Yeah, I gotta say that's an incredible. Do you think that's like from his his teammates having that experience, be like, this is what you got to do. Don't worry, just go in there guns blazing, or is he just maybe just blind to the fact that he's playing in RLCS now? And you're not supposed to go that ham right away, man. Give some time.
I hope it is the player who is just saying, hey, this is the same pitch with the same controller, I'm at the same computer I've been for the first 4,000 hours of playing. There's nothing different about this lobby. Let's just play my game. And he absolutely did.
Well, we got our next match coming up in just a few minutes, so let's get talking about that. Space Station Gaming versus Ghost Gaming. This is going to be a fun match. It is our match of the day for North America, and it was undecided. You saw it, and it was undecided. You saw it in the pre-show, and again in the pre-show this week, that we were undecided on this match and how this match would go. It was very back and forth. I think right now that we're both kind of leaning.
AXB is a great player since the beginning of last season, and honestly, after their Worlds performance, you really can't doubt it either. I think that Space Station definitely has the heads up here.
Because I think the problem is for Ghost Gaming, when you look at mediocre, when you look into the
where are you going with it?
To the dictionary,
like it's gonna be rude.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. Mediocre, then Ghost Gaming. That's what it is every single season. They look good maybe at the start, maybe they are confident, and everyone's like, it's finally it, guys. They're the 4th seed going to the playoffs. They're going to make it. Then what happens last season? Mediocre. I need to see it for longer. Like, sure, they made a roster move. They pick up Mist, and everyone thinks it's a good roster move. Sure, they win the Astro tournament, but that's not the RLCS. Ghost Gaming, stop being mediocre. I need to see it on the field. I can't rank you for Space.
Poor Mist. This guy changes teams.
It's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. Yeah, but you're like, does not matter at all that this Mist guy is here now. He's gonna be. The thing is, we saw this with Knights earlier. Okay, Mist is off the team. We now have 3 kind of like star players that like to dribble and like to do their own thing. And all of a sudden, their demo meta that was so strong kind of fell apart. I genuinely feel like Mist being gone is a big part of that, and I'm super interested to see if Ghost now becomes one of those teams with Mist on the back line.
Well, I'm wondering how you think, before getting this match, Space Station is going to fare, though, because it seems to me, just watching them play in a live situation, they're definitely a LAN team. This is a team that excels with an audience behind them, that energy, especially you look at Arsenal, just popping off. if they're going to maybe take a little bit slow, because they've always, it seemed like, underperformed during league play from what we expect them to play. Do you think it's going to happen again in this season?
So they did last season. They began 0-2 in weeks 1 and 2, but after that they win 5 straight. And I think Space Station is now
Dat was waar.
deal.
In het begin verloren ze 2 games en daarna hadden ze niks meer verloren.
With Arsenal, but Arsenal has looked fantastic now, and if you give them space at any time, it's either a solo play, but then at the World Championship, the team pass in place too. Do not give Space Station time. They will make you pay every time.
I don't know, like the way we saw Space Station play and some of the goals that, are making it into like the land montage reels or maybe scored against an opponent that was just outclassed and they were styling them. These are world caliber players, but this is also league play in one of the most intense regions in our game, and I feel like right now NA is kind of a one-team region with NRG at the top and everyone else battling for that second spot. So, like, going 3 and 4, making it to the playoffs, I wouldn't call that underperforming at this point. Like, if you're able to make it out of league play and give yourself a chance to get into Worlds, I think you're doing a good job, and I think they absolutely have what it takes.
So let's not forget, like, everyone always will forget that Space Station Gaming, they took down the #1 team from Europe when they went to the World Championship as well. Plus, they freestyled on them as well.
Exactly.
So, Space Station, they can do it versus the very best as well.
Absolutely. Will Mist find his home on Ghost, or will Arsenal style on Ghost? Let us know what you guys think online on Twitter at @RLCS, hashtag RLCS9. It is now time for our match of the day.
Match of the day indeed. You have the new look Ghost versus Space Station
Weet je
Gaming.
wat pas lekker is?
On the RLCS. And
Snickers.
A lot of fans are excited to see if Space Station can continue
Kapot lekker.
this juggernaut that they see.
Mijn vader had dat gekregen, ik heb ze bijna allemaal al op.
Yeah, they had that slow start last season, losing 2 games in a row, 2 series in a row, and then just roared back.
Koulo
and then had
lekker.
a fantastic performance at the World Championship. So can they keep that going? We had the pre-show last week, we talked about it. This was the only series that had the desk divided.
Yeah.
So, is that going to play it on field? We're going to find out. But Arsenal, Gibbs touched on it. Arsenal is one of those players.
Die hebben al eens tegen elkaar gespeeld, Ghost en niet zo lang geleden. En toen had Space Station keihard gewonnen.
He had 67 demos in league play last season. He was absolutely a force for Space Station. Not only that, but you had runner-up MVP Sipical, who scored so many goals last season. He was, if Arsenal is your anvil, Sipical's the hammer.
He was the MVP, Jordan. He was the boss.
For some reason I was thinking,
Wat een voorbeeld.
I mean, it was probably because they won the World Championship a little bit. But Sipical, he is a player that deserved the title. He was so key to their victories because of his shooting. He was that third man back. He was giving his team the freedom to go up, give AXB the midfield, let Arsenal be up front. Sipical was holding down the back and also getting these crazy shots, finishing them in situations where most players wouldn't even be able to get a shot on net.
Hij doet nog huiswerk en zo.
Them into the back of the net. So Sipical, can he bring that level of play into another season of the RLCS?
Wait, Sam, man.
And on the other side with Ghost, you've Mist. And I felt like Mist was a rock for the Knights last season. And it was kind of, Wave was alluding to it on the desk, Mist allowed a lot to happen for the Knights, for Gyro and Reynolds to play the kind of game they wanted to play. And I thought that this pickup was perfect for Ghost because Mist is that rock solid player, solid rotator. He doesn't put himself out of position too often, and that's exactly what I think Ghost need, because you have a powerhouse in Atomic and Illusion who have showed flashes last season of greatness in terms of offensive output. And the big question is, can Mist be what elevates them out of mediocrity, as Gibbs would put them?
It was the best ranked roster move by the desk when we were grading them in the pre-show. Mist, he's undoubtedly going to be comfortable as well because Illusion is another player that loves to go for those demos, making Mist feel right at home.
Right now they're feeling a little bit of pressure. Atomic at least gives himself a chance at the 50. Mist forces it by midfield. Typical good catch, but Atomic diving in front, stopping the potential transition on the carry. So far it's been a fairly neutral game. Illusion pass over to Mist, broken up by Arsenal. So far, pretty good from Ghost here in the last 20 or so seconds. Midfield still belongs to Ghost. Atomic off the next 50. He got bumped out of the way. AXB, it's a pass right to Mist. Mist puts it high, forces the double commit. And Atomic, he's got time a little bit. And he forces the ball out to midfield again, but nothing really for Ghost. Mist from Mist. But Atomic gets there in time. This
Mist
is still pressure.
from Mist.
That was a challenging read for Atomic as well. One of those bounces that can be a handful to read. Handled it beautifully after Mist got beat in the corner.
Oh, Arsenal just wins. He just wins this touch in front to put Space Station in the lead. Mist could not get a solid clear out. Arsenal just
Hey, Jesper.
And it looked like AXB might have cleared off one of the players on the back line for Arsenal to keep chasing that ball down. Putting Arsenal in a spot where he can just ball chase, that is a recipe for success.
Spazenstation.
Because of the speed of Arsenal, can beat multiple defenders and follow it up with a deadly shot.
Oh.
And now have to make a save was Arsenal.
Arsenal.
He had to delay his jump there, Jorby, because there was another player coming in for the bump. So Arsenal doing it on the defensive end as well.
Another long clear here for Atomic. Good catch. Atomic pops up to the side. Arsenal covering for Sipical, but Sipical has the clear. Good control out of the corner. But ended up dumping it out to Mist, who finds Atomic back to Mist, cut off by AXB. Now transition for Space Station. Sipical.
Die draait wel heel veel.
But the shot for AXB is knocked down by Illusion high anyway. Ghost are feeling the pressure from Space Station.
That was some good defense. Sipical trying to set himself up for that double tap. And the hit was very high on the backboard. When you're going for those double taps, especially at this level of play, you try to get it to bounce really high, keep it out of reach of the defender, try to keep them grounded so you can get that second touch on the ball. But it was still high on the back ball.
Dat is wel een moeilijke angle.
Ghost, little bit of
Veel te veel time eigenlijk. Oh, goeie. Maar dat is wel een mooie touch. Van AXB. XB speelt niet slecht. Ik had ik Sipical moeten pakken, maar die kost veel te veel. Nou ja, hoezo? Lekker, lekker. Come on. Ja. Let's go. Wie heeft de assist? Wie heeft de assist? Oh, Sipical. Waarom geen Arsenal?
Had je Arsenal in je team of wat?
Ja.
Capping off that assault from Space Station.
And for Ghost.
Sipical is zo duur. Maar dat is echt een goede verdediger, Sipical. Maar hij kan ook echt goed schieten. Ja. Ik zie dat is zo'n vervelende kuttouch dat hij dat doet. Lekker, lekker. Space Station is zo'n gevaarlijk team, die kunnen kei snel. Oh mijn god, oh. Holy shit.
Zo'n goal maakt de Mist dus voorstelling ook.
Dat is echt heel mooi.
To stay in the play despite all the chaos surrounding him. That puts Ghost within striking distance.
Space Station have to be careful. The demo opens things up for Atomic. It's only AXB. He tried to challenge and he got burned, but saved by Sipical. Sipical in front, Illusion right on top of him. AXB. Long
Illusion. Ah, ik dacht al, waar is Illusion? Omdat hij altijd normaal dominance heeft.
AXB doesn't go anywhere. Illusion back to Atomic. Arsenal's 50 slows things down for a second.
Sipical had geen boost, dat zie je zo.
Attack the corner boosts. Try to start confirming this. They got 10 seconds left. The pop from Arsenal make it a little difficult, but here's the pass to Illusion. Illusion on the back wall, they can't find it. Miscast there, taken away by Sipical. Ghosts, do they have anything here?
Gewoon blijven wachten, goed gedaan. Let's go. Come on, guys.
A hard-fought victory. Space Station got that padding early, and that proved to be enough. Missed an incredible play to get Ghost back into it.
Waarom heeft Ghost altijd zo'n rare tekens? Wat is dat nou? Fucking...
This series is shaping up to be an entertaining one, Jorby.
Absolutely. On that last attack that Ghost had, where they got the hit downfield and forced really a less than optimal touch, I'll say, out of Space Station. You saw both their back boosts get taken, and you're like, okay, Ghost are about to really press in.
Mist is wel echt goed, man.
Solid clear again from Sipical. Sipical so many times controlled the ball out of his own corner, got the clear that Space Station needed to keep them.
Word jij hier hyped voor dan
the clear, you're 100% right,
Europa?
but what even set him up to get that clear is at the end of the game was he was sitting in net with priority to get the clear, but he only had 12 boost. He didn't have hardly any boost. He saw that his position had already boarded off the Ghost attackers because they figured he was going to hit it, but they just calmed. He said, AXB, you got to take this, I have no boost. And that allowed them to stall long enough for Sipical to get into a position to get a quality clear. The communication is there. The speed is there. Space Station is playing quality Rocket League, but Ghost is right there with them. This is, I would not be surprised to see this go to Game 5.
Not at all. The only thing that worries me about Ghost is I do see them creeping up a little bit in situations where
creeping up, yeah, about Ghost. Creeping up a little bit. Okay, buddy.
If Ghost do that, they will stay in this series.
Oké. Arsenal met de ongelooflijke flip reset, redirect, alles. Hij doet nog echt gewoon een flip reset ook.
Ik wou net zeggen, hoeveel zit jij voor, vriend?
Nee, ik was helemaal niet voor. Ik had dat gewoon gecalled. Ik zeg gewoon maar iets. Oké. Ja! Let's go! Ongelooflijke goal. Toch, Jasper?
It's been pretty even as far as 150s go, or winning 50s
Okay.
go for both teams. AXB just shadowing the whole way for control. Typical also confirmed the boost.
Goeie naam.
Typical. Around the corner again.
Maar de volgende match lijkt mij ook nog wel funny. Of Rook is heel slecht, of Rook is redelijk goed. Dat weet je niet, hè.
First score, guys, mooi goal.
Second killer. Snap je? Oh. Oké, ja.
Lucian punches it away, but there's just nothing right now for either team. They get one touch here in midfield.
Arsenal. Ze staan letterlijk allemaal in de goal. Illusion is meestal de goalscorer, maar hij heeft nog niet eens gescoord. Sipical is gewoon zo beast, hè. Let's go! What the fuck, Sipical is gewoon echt een zware pro, maat. Dat is echt niet meer normaal eigenlijk, what the fuck.
Wat zeg je, man?
Hij had die bal gepakt zonder boost.
Ik ben niet aan het veranderen. Je moet niet alleen op Sipical letten, dat was gewoon Space Station is gewoon een beest, man. Space Station Gaming is gewoon een beest. Sipical heeft het wel echt heel mooi gedaan, Sipical is gewoon een beest. Maar Arsenal heeft mooi afgewerkt en AHB met de pas naar Arsenal. Dus het was ook gewoon een hele teamplay.
Ja. Rustig, manneke.
Ja, maar dan moet je geen één naam zeggen. Oké, maar ik wel echt fucking.
Dat was toch jij ook? Dinges, dat was gewoon een mooie dinges en ik zeg gewoon dat dat kei nice was omdat niemand dat verwachtte, waardoor dat die hadden gescoord in de dinges. En ik zei gewoon van, oh my, hij is echt zo'n beest, anders had die actie nooit gekomen. Oei. Nee, dat was ook geen goede pass. Atomisch.
It's pretty even in the boost game, and if Space Station just have an even boost game, they're gonna beat you.
What the fuck? What the fuck am I?
He had to readjust on the read. Typical
Die zijn toch zo goed geworden, hè? Vroeger misten die zoveel kansen en nu scoren die bijna alles. In één seizoen is hij ineens super beast geworden. Oh my, kijk. Die pakte gewoon 2 man. Oef. Maar AXB is echt ook al heel goed bezig eigenlijk. Het is een safe.
This is good from Illusion back to Mist. Mist, does he have anything? The backboard's covered by Space Station. You got Mist on the far side for Atomic. Can he get it to him? He does at least.
Ja, maar AXB is zeker niet slecht.
Dat is zeker hoor. Ik zeg dat AXB goed bezig is.
Now they gotta start with that quality clear as well, Jorby. Yeah. They're leaving a lot of pressure. Now Illusion low on boost. He's gonna get beat. This will put a lot of pressure on Mist to slow this ball down.
Up high, Atomic's got to get there. He does, but it's still in the corner. They can play as much corner defense as they want, but they got to get down the pitch. Here's Mist. Mist the shot. Is it good? No, it bounces off the
Dat zag je al op voorhand, maar waarom dat ze die allemaal misten, dat is toch raar. Maar dit is nog een redelijk double commit, dat is niet zo erg. Nou, wel fake. Lekker, come on, Typical. Oh. Ik dacht dat hij hem ging fake. Oh, goed gedaan man. Dat was echt nice dat hij die zo beukte. Lekker boys.
At the end of the game to get that clear, it was a race to the ball, and he won it. Space Station edging out Ghost yet again. These teams well matched, but Space Station appears to have the edge.
I gotta say, I am impressed by AXB in that game in particular. So many 51, so many midfield closing chances where Ghost, they were gonna push forward, they were gonna have it, and AXB killed all momentum Ghost had.
And I have been someone who's questioned AXB and his role on this team, especially at the start of the last season. He was struggling to find his place, but right now, Space Station, they are gelling. We even saw it. We saw the epitome of what Space Station does on the play where Typical's literally at 0 boost has to make an insane save. Not only does he save it, but he gets it perfectly angled, so it's going to go out to AXB at the midfield, who is waiting, who then puts it off the backboard for Arsenal. A moment where it seems like Space Station is going to get scored on, and then seconds later, they turn the tables and get that goal. So
Space Station is eigenlijk gewoon het omgekeerde van Cloud9. Cloud9 heeft zoveel moeite om te scoren, zij scoren gewoon bijna de hele tijd.
That is their normal form. Now, we'll wonder if they can evolve, maybe challenge NRG, but at this moment, they're taking it to Ghost.
They really are, and I think that Ghost, once they started feeling, it's like E-United versus Cloud9, right? E-United were beating Cloud9 to the ball at about a half second. It was so close. And as soon as the team starts feeling that pressure, we saw it with Cloud9, now we're seeing it with Ghost, where their touches are booming, or just getting downfield, and a player will race. It's just up and chase.
I think Ghost is playing quite well.
I don't think they're playing poorly. It's just they're feeling that pressure.
Space Station is, their defense is just so quality. Typical on the back line, AXB getting these hits, Arsenal upfield. Ghost is hanging with them, however. These have been incredibly close games.
They really have.
Just a few more inches on that shot where Typical had no boost, there would have been no way for him to save it. It was just a game of inches on that last one.
It just comes on some of those transitions where, you know, you're either low on boost or you don't really have business challenging the ball where you are. You put yourself in poor situations on defense. That's where Ghost got into trouble, and that's where they felt like they needed to play dump and chase.
But it's because Space Station is playing so well, and Ghost, I feel, are hanging with them for the most part. It's just some of those plays, Space Station is getting the better of them. However, Ghost are looking formidable in their own right.
So far, a minute gone. Both teams feeling their way through. Game number 3, Space Station really trying to start the season off. Again, almost getting it over the defense with Typical.
Typical has that killer instinct of a scorer. Getting in the minds of the defenders, that little delay there put Illusion in a very difficult spot. Fortunately, he had backup.
Dat is echt zo'n pinch hè, op die redirect. Maar als hij hem had gehad, dan had hij toch gesaved geworden.
wide. Now transition for Ghost. But just nothing to do. Now they got to play back again. This forces a lot of boost. He does win the 50, but the rest of Ghost are back on the play. So Space Station get a free look
Oké, vrienden, ik heb na deze pot ga ik hem een beetje verder kijken naar de laatste game.
Typical snag that back corner. Illusions on nothing. Ghost.
Dat wou ik ook wel gaan.
Precarious spot. Everyone below 30 boost.
And another clear here from Ghost. They do get out. Now it's about confirming. You see Mist steal the corner boost. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Waarom gaat hij zelfs naar achteren?
Giving way for Mist, but there's just nothing in midfield for Ghost again. They just punted the ball away. Here off the backboard.
Oh.
Ja, maar nee.
And Atomic and Illusion running into each other on the play. Force Mist up. He makes another save. Typical.
Ja, dat passen mij ook gewoon niet.
They're finding clears, but I haven't really felt any offense from Ghost so far.
Nou, Ghost moet de hele tijd verdedigen. Die hebben niet veel aanvalsmogelijkheden, als ik eerlijk mag zijn. Maar nu... Ah, is goed gedaan.
And again, everything coming off the backboard for Space Station, it's like catch. It wasn't the best from Arsenal.
Wat een save, smart. Holy shit.
Saved by AXB, but most times when they're catching that ball, good bump, it's right behind them. Ghost finally a little bit of offense, but again, that light touch from Arsenal. You're not giving it right back. You give yourself another chance at a 50.
This is what you want to see out of Ghost if you're a Ghost fan, however. Finally getting time on the attack, waiting for their opening. So far, Space Station's defense hasn't showed any weakness. But all it takes is that one moment, Jorby.
And Ghost are starting to win the boost battle as well, James. Typical trouble clearing it. Arsenal is playing it close. AXB, so far the reliable third man for Space Station on defense. Touch here.
Oh, this is it.
A miss. The shot is good from Atomic, and Ghost have a lead late in game 3.
That was missed. Putting on all that pressure, wins the challenge, and then at 0 boost, puts it over. AXB did not get the greatest touch. He and Sipical were right in the same spot. They needed to get that ball to the corner. AXB just bounced that right back out into the danger zone where rebound goals happen all the time, and that's exactly the way it played out.
And that it all started from that attempted carry from Sipical with low boost where Arsenal was following him really closely. It was a super tight rotation from Space Station on defense, and Ghost hopped right on top of it, and Space Station weren't able to recover off of that sequence. Illusion, maybe giving Ghosts a little bit of juice here in game 3, in danger of being swept, but they do hold a lead late in game 3. Space Station has plenty of time for them. Ball wide of the net there. Trying to keep it away. Here's Illusion with low touch. Does he have another? No, he's gonna give way for AXB. As Atomic tries to cut him off. Space Station. They can't grab a hold of the ball now. Here's Mist, looking for a flip reset, but already on top of him was Sipical.
Confident challenge as well. Sipical had to immediately react, and he only had enough boost to barely get to that ball in time. So split-second decision-making, a bump.
He's got it. It's a goal off the crossbar. Illusion scores on the mid-air bump.
A crazy
bump. Oké, ik denk dat deze laatste game van...
Nee, gewoon nog kijken.
Nee, ik ben echt moe.
Nee, gewoon nog
kijken.
That I have seen in a while. Atomic going all the way to the rafters.
Morgen blijf ik wel voor Europa, jongen.
Hier, wie zegt dat het is de laatste games? De voorlaatste game.
It was the grapple hook.
It was as straight as the hook, man.
It was the grapple hook.
Insane.
A beeline straight to him. But you said it, Jorby. It's not over yet. We've seen this happen before. 6 seconds.
Splash.
We'll see if they can do it. They're going to have to do it from their own corner. AXB pitches it up. It'll be killed by Mist, but will it be on the ground? Arsenal couldn't get there in time and go. The sweep and stay alive in this series. Crazy bump. Crazy bump. Just, it was perfect launch. It was funny because I'm watching the screen and I just see him fly out of like the right corner of the screen. Is he going to hit AXB?